Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to East Rutherford, New Jersey. We are here in living color. We have a tremendous two-night event, and we are kicking us off here at SummerSlam with the retirement of Goldberg. It is the Ring General Gunther taking on Goldberg in Goldberg's retirement match. We will see if Gunther can get the job done here tonight, live on SummerSlam. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in for this historic first time ever two-night SummerSlam event. Always in years past, SummerSlam was always one night of the weekend. Now it has gotten to where we're doing it two nights on the weekend, and we have ourselves tremendous wrestling coming your way. And certainly will be very intriguing how night one is all gonna pan out, especially this match right here. The Ring General Gunther takes on Goldberg. You can see Gunther already putting Career Killer on his wardrobe. We'll see if that for sure is the case tonight here at SummerSlam. As we all know who is coming out here next. It is Goldberg. That last match in him for Goldberg. It is here. It is now coming your way here on SummerSlam. Goldberg's retirement matchup. Can Goldberg show you how he wrestled back in 1998? That's what he brought up on Monday Night Raw. He's going to give us the best look, the best that he had from 1998, to bringing that all the way to this Saturday, which is tonight, and he is looking to bring that fight to Gunther. Can he do it? Well, in a matter of moments, we are going to see how it all pans out for the man they call Bill Goldberg. Does he have one jackhammer? Does he have one spear left in him to get over the hump and defeat the Ring General Gunther? Goldberg certainly looks to be in phenomenal shape, but looking like it and actually being in it is two different things. And certainly once Gunther hits a couple of those chops on you, you might be thinking otherwise about having that match tonight. But we'll see how Bill Goldberg fares tonight here at SummerSlam, sold out venue, Newark, New Jersey. We are live and ready for this matchup to get underway. As there is the Ring General Gunther, there's Bill Goldberg, and we are about to get set. Referee ringing the bell, and look at Goldberg coming right out of the gate, coming right after the Ring General. And big knee coming out here, and certainly with that knee brace of Gunther, of Bill Goldberg, that could be a weapon used inadvertently of Goldberg tonight. So certainly, I think Goldberg may want to use that at times to throw off Gunther as much as possible. And now Goldberg building up some speed and a big knee from that knee brace right to the ribs. Definitely going to inflict a little bit of pain. And right now, I think the longer this matchup goes, it will favor Gunther. So Goldberg is going to have to try to hit that spear, that jackhammer, as quickly as possible to try to put this matchup away, ladies and gentlemen. There's a big elbow there from Gunther, trying to get some maneuvers in here. Roll up here from Gunther, trying to put away Goldberg here early. But no, just a 1 count. There's a big chop there from Gunther. You can feel that up there in the cheap seats up here as Gunther with a nice suplex, taking it to Goldberg here, trying to get himself back in this matchup. And as this matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen, as Gunther with the rake of the eyes of Bill Goldberg, we have ourselves a great night of pro wrestling action. Tonight in your main event, it is Sami Zayn defending his World Heavyweight Championship against LA Knight. Sami Zayn thought by hiring Kane to be essentially his enforcer would keep that World Heavyweight Championship around his waist for a very long time. But then the following week, LA Knight would find Mark Henry, and he would get Mark Henry to take out Kane and both of those men are on the shelf indefinitely. So it leaves tonight's main event to a straight up one-on-one contest in the main event of the evening. As look at Gunther with a big boot right underneath the jawline of Goldberg. As Gunther watches on, letting Goldberg recuperate for a couple seconds there. Now the ring general gonna look to bring the fight as he just brings all that to the sternum area and big knee right across the face area. Plus tonight we get Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar later on in the evening. That is going to be one of the hardest hitting matches of the card. I can't wait to see how that's going to pan out. Breaker, a young and up and coming superstar, against Brock Lesnar that has faced off with the best of the best, and certainly Breaker believes he's the next man to be that main event talent here in WWE. Is now Gunther trying to get Goldberg back inside the ring, and he does. And Breaker, he's a former WWE champion in his own right, so I mean, certainly he wants to get back there someday. And certainly with this vision that Seth Rollins has him in, you got to believe Seth Rollins believes he's going to be a WWE champion one day, and he's going to set him up one day. As going for a shoulder bump, did not work out in the favor. Now Goldberg going to try to get himself back in this match. Big old gut wrench suplex there from Bill Goldberg. And now, wait a minute. It's time for a spear. Can Goldberg connect? Yes, he does. He spears him in half. And now, we all know what comes next. It is time for a jackhammer. He dug down deep to get the spear. Now, Bill Goldberg looking to connect with a jackhammer to Gunther. Can he connect? Yes, he is. Yes, he does. Is this going to be a good retirement outing? No, Gunther kicks out. Gunther kicks out, and for Goldberg, was that the last ditch effort in his career to knock off a man like Gunther? As now Goldberg has him up for a running power slam. So Goldberg's got to do, he's got to continue to bring the power and out powerhouse Gunther here. And certainly he's starting to get that way with that running power slam, the spear into the jackhammer. And right now, Gunther is nowhere to be seen in this match. As soon as I say that, Gunther, big clothesline into the corner. And now Gunther building up some speed. Gunther now, big knee right across the neck area. And we'll see if Gunther can start hitting some big time maneuvers here. Looking for that Kokita clutch. Kokita clutch from Gunther. Will Gunther make Goldberg tap out? Middle of the ring. Goldberg could tap out here. Goldberg is done. Goldberg is done. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Goldberg had it seemed like the spear, the jackhammer, the other maneuvers. It just was not enough. And Gunther, all he had to pull out was that Kokita clutch, and it was all she wrote. And Gunther has defeated Goldberg via that sleeper hold. Goldberg having to tap out. Look at that spear into this beautiful jackhammer, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! But it wasn't enough there. Eventually, Gunther has officially put Goldberg down and out. Goldberg's retirement outing does not bode too well. We want to thank Goldberg so much. We heard him talk on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. He had an outstanding career, but that is how Goldberg goes out here live tonight, unfortunately, as we now get ready for our next matchup. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your United States Championship match. It is Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Randy Orton. This matchup all coming to a head after Shinsuke Nakamura won the number one contenders tournament. He outlasted Rusev in that finals bout. And I think Rusev honestly could have won that matchup. He just, when he was trying to hit the accolade each time, The referee was calling a rope break every single time, which helped Nakamura at the end of that matchup. So we'll see how this is going to fare. This is for the U.S. Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Will Shinsuke Nakamura be able to out-wrestle the Viper, Randy Orton, tonight here on SummerSlam? We've already had one great matchup tonight. Gunther officially retiring Goldberg. Now we get the U.S. title. We got some tag team matches tonight, plus a big-time triple threat Women's World Championship later on in the evening with Kalani Jordan, who probably won't be at 100% after getting stomped in the mat a bunch of times by Seth Rollins. She defends her championship against Stephanie Bakir, who is the Queen of the Ring, as well as Becky Lynch. Can't wait to see how that triple threat matchup pans out tonight as well. So much great in-ring action, and it all comes to head here tonight at SummerSlam. And certainly night 2 is going to be very packed as well, so the nights only continue to get better and better as we go on. But going back to this U.S. Championship matchup, ladies and gentlemen, can Nakamura dig down deep? He's going to have to hit some Kinshasa. He's going to have to show us that King of Strong style tonight. He showed it in this tournament, and he's going to have to show it to the U.S. champion, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, certainly one of the best to ever do it, and he's been U.S. champion for a reason. Yes, here he comes, the Viper. The first ballot Hall of Famer, Randy Orton. How many RKOs will it take for Randy Orton to try to put down Shinsuke Nakamura? Will it be 1? Will it be 2? Will it be 3? Or is he able to somehow, I wouldn't say out-wrestle, but will he be able to out-manipulate Shinsuke Nakamura with mind games and whatever else? It's a question that is about to be answered here tonight, live at SummerSlam. Well, thank you guys once again for tuning into this broadcast. SummerSlam Night 1 is going to go off with a bang. Night 2 is going to even be hotter. It's been a tremendous Saturday night. We're going to have some banger matches for you tonight, especially that banger matchup. Sheamus, Intercontinental Champions, in action. Takes on Tony D'Angelo later on in the evening. But to really showcase Randy Orton as the U.S. champion, I would love to know who's going to be able to knock off Randy Orton. It seems like whoever gets in his way, he's just not backing down, and Orton's able to, put down his opponent. Orton, one of the best to ever do it, and the Viper looks only to continue to be your United States champion. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is almost time for your U.S. Championship to be on the line. Can Nakamura defeat Randy Orton to become the U.S. champion, or will the Viper reign supreme here at SummerSlam? Nakamura, Orton. Let's get this match underway. As here we go, both men, highly respect between both of these superstars. They're trying to get this crowd fired up. Here we go, as Orton with a hard clothesline, but Nakamura with a stiff strike back to the face. Both these guys know each other very, very well here in WWE. Early days of Friday Night SmackDown, they've had their fair share of matches before, so it's only going to bring out the most competition between both of these guys. This bear hug from behind, slowing down Nakamura as much as possible, but there is a rope break. And you're going to have to expect a lot of reversals. I got to believe in this matchup, man. It's to be expected. It's Nakamura just stomping away on Randy Orton. Nakamura already looking for a Kinshasa already, maybe? Oh, no. I think Nakamura may be trying to play some mind games with Randy Orton there. It's now Nakamura working on that left shoulder blade, that arm, that left elbow as much as possible. I'm okay with this pace for Nakamura. Playing that slow play. I mean, if you go slower, that's fine. That honestly might go into the favor of Randy Orton as well. It is just something you're going to have to kind of toy with in the middle of this match. As a nice snapmare takedown. And now here comes Randy Orton with his own headlock here. Challenger trying to get up to his feet. Stunner! That stuns Randy Orton momentarily. And now big kicks. Uh-oh. And now here comes Randy and Nakamura. Strike for strike here. Both men not going to back down from a fight. Oh, big punches from Orton. And certainly you got to believe Orton's the most freshest man out of these two superstars. Nakamura having to really dig down in the #1 contenders tournament to get here. But certainly Orton is not going to use that as an excuse. He's not looking past Nakamura as he's stomping away here on Shinsuke. Ankles and body parts and even the head. Oh! And now Orton already looking to put this matchup away. Orton now looking for an RKO. RKO to Nakamura. Nakamura's busted wide open over his right eye. Is that enough? No. 2.5. And Orton going to that place one more time. Looking for one more RKO. Orton, no, deciding not to. Playing a little possum with how he wants to set up things. Is a reverse DDT spiking Randy Orton on the back of his neck. Now this is where Nakamura really has to dig down deep here if he wants to stay in this matchup with Randy Orton. And especially with Nakamura, you got to be careful not to do anything high risk as well, because this is the type of man that can hit an RKO out of nowhere. Nakamura hits him with the reverse. And oh, look at that maneuver. Certainly you don't expect him to hit something like that right out of nowhere. He's basically telling Orton, hey, you can hit your maneuvers out of nowhere. I can certainly hit that roll-through kick out of nowhere as well. Now, what does Nakamura need to do in this situation? As he has Orton on the top rope here, but Orton fights out of it. Orton now, oh, I thought he was thinking about maybe top rope there, as a big clothesline takes down Shinsuke. And now Orton, Randy Orton looking to fly here. Looking to fly is Randy. Big elbow. Big elbow across the chest. Pinfall opportunity. 2. Oh, 2.5. Nakamura getting up that shoulder blade at the very last second. And Orton again going to that place. He's been playing possum with that. I think he's trying to toy with Nakamura, just trying to see what Nakamura would do every single time he goes to taunt him or try to maybe lure him with that RKO. As Nakamura's in trouble. Randy Orton has him right where he wants him. Orton. DDT, that is vintage Randy Orton. And now we all know what's coming next. If Randy Orton wants to go down that route, Randy Orton setting up Shinsuke Nakamura. He's already hit him once with it, and he's going to try to hit him twice, but Nakamura catches him for a power slam. Now this is where Nakamura has to capitalize. Setting him up for the Kinshasa. Orton sitting up. No, but Orton, he saw it coming, had it well scouted. That might have been the last ditch effort Nakamura had to try to put down Randy Orton. As now Nakamura from the second rope telling Randy Orton to get up to his feet. Ooh, a nice flying cross body. Takes down Randy. And as this matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we have some representation from the NXT roster, as it will be JC Jane defending her NXT championship against Blake Monroe. And it has to be with no outside interference from Fatal Influence. So no Fallon Henley, no Laney Reed. It's a straight up one-on-one contest. There's a back suplex there from Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura now. Uh-oh. We're going to get extreme here, as now Nakamura. Is he thinking about a Kinshasa from this far away? No, he runs right through Randy Orton, literally. And now, oh, nice snap suplex. And now look at this head scissors here. Oh, and a big elbow right across the face of Randy Orton. Pinfall opportunity here for Nakamura. Nakamura looking to knock off Orton, but obviously Robinson doing his job. Ooh, a big clothesline. Randy Orton's firing himself up here. Here we go. Vintage Randy Orton. And now Orton going to that place here. We saw this earlier on tonight. He's moving even faster. That's how deadly this Viper is. Randy Orton. DDT once again. Question is, does Orton try to go for the RKO? He hit the first time, missed it the second time. And it looks like we're getting our answer. Can he hit it? Orton, no. Kinshasa! Kinshasa! Is that enough? 1, 2, no, 2.5. So close. And now Nakamura from behind. Over the head suplex. Uh-oh. And we normally know what comes next, ladies and gentlemen. If Nakamura chooses to go down that route, usually it leads to another Kinshasa. I believe he's going to have to hit this if he wants to win this matchup, but Orton pushes him away. And now Orton, roll through, but Robinson sees the hands underneath the ropes. Now Orton looking for an RKO here on Nakamura. RKO! RKO to Nakamura. Is that enough to retain? 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton has done it. Randy Orton has retained the United States Championship. What a match. Very curious what the matchup would have looked like if a Kinshasa, another one, would have been able to strike. But Randy Orton able to connect when he needed to. Looks to be in phenomenal shape and has defeated Nakamura to retain that United States Championship. And it feels like whoever gets in front of Randy Orton feels the wrath of an RKO, and the Viper ends up walking out still your United States champion. And hold on just a minute. That's the big man, Royce Keys. That's Royce Keys, and Randy Orton doesn't see it until now. Here comes Royce Keys. Royce Keys came into WWE. He's helped out Randy Orton at occasions, but now Royce Keys bringing the fight to Randy Orton here. Royce Keys sick of waiting around for his opportunity, and certainly bringing the fight to the Viper Randy Orton. Certainly there's better ways to do this, but for this monster, he wants to do it his way. And if he has to disrupt Randy Orton, he certainly and gladly will do it here on one of the biggest stages in all of WWE, that being here live tonight at SummerSlam. As look at this torture rack. This torture rack here from Royce Keys has him up and just bringing him right back down. Absolute brutal monster is Royce Keys, ladies and gentlemen. And now again, gonna have him up just to drop him back down. The monster is here, and certainly it looks like he is coming after Randy Orton and that U.S. Championship. As Randy Orton gets taken out of the equation.
following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Women's Championship.
Glamour is forever.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the NXT Women's Championship. The former NXT Women's Champion takes on the current NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane, here on one of the biggest stages that Blake Monroe and JC Jane will have here in their careers. Big old-fashioned NXT Women's Championship match. Blake Monroe held that championship until Evolution, where she would eventually drop it to JC Jane. Then we get ourselves a rematch here at SummerSlam, and we'll see if Blake Monroe can get the job done and get back her NXT Women's Championship, or if JC Jane will continue to hold that NXT Women's Championship for the foreseeable future. Both these women are highly entertaining, very good wrestlers in the middle of that ring. We'll see who is going to be able to outlast the other. Will it be Blake Monroe's time to be a two-time women's champion? Or will JC, like we said, hold on to that title a little bit longer? It is time to feel that fatal influence. As here comes JC Jane down to the ring. Certainly she's had a very interesting career, to say the least. She's had to certainly go through a lot to get to this point, but she now is the leader of Fatal Influence and is starting to go the way that they are wanting to see it. And we'll see if coming out of SummerSlam tonight they can continue their role and, obviously retain that, and then, maybe they can get their eyes on those women's NXT Tag Team Championships. But we also got to see, ladies and gentlemen, what tomorrow night's main event is going to look like coming out of Rock and John Cena. Because if Cena wins, it goes back to being a developmental brand, and it literally gives superstars the opportunity to be basically, hey, you can stay here in NXT, or hey, you superstars that have been around here for a long time, you're more than welcome to go back to Raw and SmackDown. So we'll see how that all pans out once we get there, or if we get there tomorrow night.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, and from Tampa, Florida, the NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That it is for the NXT Women's Championship. Blake Monroe versus JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship. As here we go, referee has officially rung the bell. Both of these women face to face here. No, looks like we're going to have ourselves an early standoff here, trying to see who the better woman is here early with these chops and slaps. Ooh, that added some velocity to it. Back and forth between both these women. Seems like we're getting a little personal here. Obviously, when you're trying to be the top woman in the industry, especially on your brand, it tends to get a little tight at the top. As both these women striking blows for blows. And Monroe gets hit with a cheap shot. And now both women brawling at each other. And this is just the start of the NXT Women's Championship as they roll through. Blake Monroe looking to steal a victory here. Referee a little slow in his count there. Oh, pump kick out of nowhere from JC Jane. And now JC Jane, what is she thinking? Roll through the ropes, into a neck breaker, into the pinfall. Can you imagine if that's the knockout blow JC needs? One. Ooh, just a 1 count. Certainly already hitting a pump kick and then kind of rolling through the ropes to hit that neck breaker. JC Jane pulling out the stops early. Both of them honestly are with how they are acting. And now, ooh. Down goes Blake in the corner, but a big block there. Big boot to the ribs. That will definitely slow down JC Jane as much as possible. Now, big stomp there. Now a big boot right across the the neck area. Pardon me. As down goes JC Jane. Ooh, big kick in the corner. Or not in the corner, but in front of the corner. JC Jane now looking for a power slam. No, actually using her big knee. Almost like a shoulder attack. Is now JC Jane from the second rope, looking to go high risk, high reward here. And now JC, missile drop kick, takes down the former NXT Women's Champion. Great night of pro wrestling ahead of you guys, and especially tomorrow night. Only will build off what is succeeded here tonight on NXT, Raw, and SmackDown at SummerSlam. As now, Blake Monroe, vicious knee, trying to take off the head of JC Jane there. And now Blake looking for a big kick, but JC Jane with her own reversal. Back and forth we go. Spinning forearm strike from JC Jane. Both these women hitting big strikes here into the pinfall. Referee's in position. 2. Ooh, 2.5. You can see JC Jane, she cannot believe it. No, big slap, punches, slaps, and back and forth. Here comes JC Jane with the running knee. That very well could be the knockout blow, but JC Jane not done just yet. Spinning forearm strike again. Is that enough this time around to retain the NXT Women's Championship? Oh, very close. JC Jane almost did it, but Blake Monroe somehow still fighting. It's a big stomp right there to that left elbow area. And JC Jane talking her trash, telling Blake to get up to her feet so she can finish her. Rebound, neck breaker. JC Jane is certainly connecting on all cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. You couldn't ask for a better match. Right now is a nice drop kick. Or you couldn't ask for a better showing for JC Jane. Blake Monroe's really got to start hitting some maneuvers to really test JC Jane right now. If she doesn't, she's going to end up screwing herself. That's a big reversal from JC, big elbow. And now JC on the offensive. Oh, misses that big splash in the corner. Blake Monroe now. Can she mount some offensiveness here? Uh-oh. Has her on the top rope here. Oh, a little bit of a head scissors. Takedown there from the top rope. Blake definitely needed something like that. Something that will be very, very effective. JC Jane is definitely going to be feeling that. Especially halfway across the ring like that. Is Blake Monroe. Ooh! Almost like a punt knee right to the temple. And now from behind Monroe, but again, eating a sharp elbow. Oh my goodness, a back rake. Not something you want to take there. Is a snapmare takedown from the champion. Super kick, and now Blake Monroe's cut open into a senton. And either that is going to make the situation worse for Blake Monroe, or maybe it awakens up the contender. We're about to find out very quickly, as JC Jane trying to build up some steam. Took a little bit too long, went for almost like a stinger splash of sorts, then gets hit with a sling blade. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the Women's Tag Team Championships. As it's Bianca and Jade Cargill taking on the Irresistible Forces for the Women's Tag Team Championships. 2.5. Blake Monroe almost had JC Jane there. Gonna have to continue hitting big time maneuvers here. As now Blake DDT almost like a future shock DDT from Blake Monroe. Pinfall. 2. No, 2.5. Both of these women have hit big-time shots in this matchup. Going for that big headbutt did not work out, and now JC Jane will look to capitalize on this situation. It's a Russian leg sweep into these big haymakers right to that open wound of Blake Monroe. That blood just flowing down the face of Blake. Uh-oh. JC Jane setting her up. Roll through. Neck breaker. She connected perfectly on that. And now I think she's going to be setting up for that spinning forearm. Bam! Third time in this matchup, she's hit that flush. But again, JC Jane this time around not going for the pinfall. Very surprising, to be honest with you. Unless she has something else that she wants to try to connect with that will help put this matchup away. Oh, there's that splash in the corner we didn't see her hit earlier into a big cannonball into the corner. And now JC from the second rope looking to put the cherry on top of the sundae with a big senton on top. Oh, but Blake Monroe with a reversal, a key reversal late. Now, from the second rope, Blake Monroe wants to finish this matchup as that blood just continues to drip, 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 drip into a drop kick. What can Blake Monroe do right now to get herself that NXT Women's Championship back? Referee inadvertently getting in the way, but it was enough time for her to still connect with that drop kick. I know she was trying to hit that headbutt earlier. She missed out on it. Maybe she's going to have to try to hit that to try to put away JC Jane. Or that another DDT like she hit earlier on JC. Not too sure at this point in this match. Is now going for the scoop slam. JC Jane slips out of it. And now going to look to put her away. Has her up. Oh, goodness. Nice maneuver there from JC Jane. I don't think we've seen her hit a maneuver like that. As Blake Monroe is just stirring up to her feet. JC Jane talking some trash. And oh no, right off. Oh no, right in the neck area. That ain't going to feel good for Blake Monroe. And now just stomping away. Got to do what you got to do in the later stages of this matchup. And now JC Jane, high risk, high reward, into the senton, but the double knees. The double knees from Blake Monroe. Can she capitalize? She connects with the headbutt. Is that going to be enough? But not going to go for the pinfall, though. She's going to slow down the matchup. She's really going to wrench in a possible submission hold here. Right on that left knee, the left leg of JC. Really feels like this is anyone's ball game right now. That headbutt desperately was needed from Blake, and then she connects with that knee strike to JC Jane. Is that enough? No, 2.5. Not enough this time around. Both women have hit kill shots on each other, and it still has not been enough. Here again, another opportunity with that DDT. Middle of that ring, that glamorous DDT. 2, 3, no! 2.9, and the glamour is just oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh, come on. Laney Reed now getting involved. They're not supposed to be coming out here. Breaking the rules already of what was supposed to be an even keeled matchup between Blake Monroe and JC Jane. Not like this. Oh, thank goodness. Fatal Influence just cannot deal with a normal one-on-one contest. Already breaking the rules of what they had in store. It was supposed to be a one-on-one. Nobody was here at ringside, but I guess they could have someone come out here briefly. I don't know how that works, but forearm to the face, and certainly that's probably the knockout blow. 1, 2, no, 2.5. 2.5. How much more does Blake Monroe have left in the tank? And now JC Jane setting up Blake Monroe one more time for that spinning forearm, and again, headshots to the face. And if that's not it this time around, I don't know how much more she can take at this opportune time. 3. JC Jane has done it thanks to Laney Reed making her appearance known. It seemed like maybe Blake Monroe could have been close to moments away from becoming the new NXT Women's Champion, but that got all screwed up due to the help of Lainey Reed, and you can say thanks to Lainey Reed because JC Jane is still your NXT Women's Champion. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. These women tore each other apart. Blood, sweat, and tears for that NXT Women's Championship, but ultimately at the end of the night, JC Jane is still your NXT Women's Champion, and she still will be running the NXT Women's division for the foreseeable future. Big win for JC Jane as we get ready for the Women's Tag Team Championships between the Irresistible Forces and Bianca and Jade Cargill.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
And now it is time for the tag team division to get underway, as it is time for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to work together to try to get the job done tonight to take those tag team titles away from the Irresistible Forces. Bianca and Jade have worked quite well as the NXT, or as I want to keep saying NXT, but for the Women's Tag Team Championships, just recently losing them over certainly a hard-fought night there recently. And we got Evolution and Great American Bash and all sorts of different things going on. But like we said, there's, when you have people working multiple matches in one night, it's just tough. And now they get the rematch here tonight, and very well could be having two matches in one night. Bianca will definitely will be having at least two matches over the weekend, because she'll be taking on Nikki Bella coming tomorrow night live there at SummerSlam. As the storm has arrived, ladies and gentlemen, to SummerSlam. Former Miss Money in the Bank, she cashed in her opportunity at Evolution. She took on Becky Lynch, and it just did not work out in her favor at that time. Becky Lynch defeated Jade Cargill, and she said, "Hey, you know what? Well, I'll be back into title contention soon enough." But right now, she was focused on getting those tag team titles back around the waist of herself and Bianca Belair. We know this is going to be a hard-hitting matchup. This is the last matchup that we saw at Evolution with the likes of Nia Jax and Lash Legend taking on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And certainly if they weren't having matches back-to-back essentially throughout the night, maybe Jade and Bianca are still Women's Tag Team Champions. But right now, they are not currently. But we'll see how they face off with Nia Jax and Lash Legend tonight. It's a big event tonight. We may be seeing new tag team champions. If not tonight, possibly tomorrow. As there is Nia Jax and Lash Legend. The Irresistible Forces. We saw what Nia Jax could do last night at Friday Night SmackDown, knocking off Alexa Bliss in a one-on-one contest. The week before, Charlotte Flair defeated Lash Legend. So now, they 1v1'd each other pretty much. 1-1. 1-1, lost one. So we'll see if we get to see Nia and Lash taking on Alexa and Charlotte tomorrow night. Or will it be Bianca and Jade defending those tag titles if they happen to win tonight, taking on Charlotte and Alexa Bliss tomorrow night?
Introducing the challengers, the team of Bianca Belair
Because here we go. We got Bianca and Nia Jax kicking us off here. Referee has officially rung the bell. Here we go. And look at Nia Jax. She didn't take that chop too kindly from Bianca. And look at that. That punch to the side of the skull. That certainly will do some damage to you. And certainly wherever Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are, they're going to be watching this backstage or maybe in their hotel room. Wherever they're watching this, they got to be keeping a good eye on both teams, kind of seeing what the cons are of both teams, kind of what you're able to pick apart in a tag team matchup. Certainly it could be the likes of Bianca having possibly 3 matches over the weekend. She wins tonight, and then she would have to have 2 matches tomorrow night. So, I mean, it's going to put herself in a bad spot no matter what possible. So what the problem is, when you have this many, matches or a 2-night event, it might screw you over, unfortunately. But sometimes that's what you got to do to prove that you're the best of the best in this business. Recently on Monday Night Raw, we saw Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair taking on the Bella Twins. And there was a couple moments in that matchup where it looked like Jade had the matchup put away and Bianca would break up the pinfall attempt. So I don't know why exactly that would happen. It certainly seemed like they had the matchup won. It seemed like maybe Bianca was the one that wasn't really clear-headed. She wanted to get her hands on Brie Bella and Nikki Bella. She wanted to be the ones that put them away, but it ended up screwing them up in that tag team match against Brie and Nikki. Is now Nia Jax from behind, big elbow, trying to get herself out of that situation. And now, vicious headbutt from behind, and now Nia Jax tossing her to their corner. And Nia Jax feeling pretty good about herself here in New Jersey as Jade Cargill is trying to slowly but surely get to the corner. Nia Jax doesn't give a damn about it whatsoever. As now Bianca coming from behind. Big kick there. And if Bianca and Jade can start using their power in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a key moment in this match, because once they get some hurt on Nia Jax, you got to believe that's going to open them up a little bit more to finally get some momentum in their corner. As now Nia Jax, oh goodness, just grabbing her by her braids and tossing her back to the ground. Will not feel good, as here comes the up-and-coming Lash Legend, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, taking on Bianca Belair here. Hard Irish Whip off the ropes there, and just tossing her up, showing you that strength and power. It's down. Goodness, back in the corner we go. Here comes a tag between Lash and Nia. Big uppercut from Lash, and now, look at this. Look at this from Lash and Nia. Off the top of Lash Legend's shoulders, big-time elbow drop. Very impressive maneuver there from Nia and Lash, the irresistible forces. As now referee inadvertently in the way, she's trapped herself in the corner. And a Samoan drop. Jessica Carr, she literally saw him coming. I don't know how she don't move. As now Bianca gets the tag to Jade, and now Nia tosses Jade into their corner. Back and forth we go. Look at Jade with these chops and slaps, and Nia Jax is like, you kidding me? Still to come tonight, and especially up next, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see the New Age Outlaws defending their WWE Tag Team Championships against Penta and Rey Fenix. Should be certainly a great tag team match. On Friday Night SmackDown just yesterday, we saw Penta and Billy Gunn going at it. Billy Gunn picking up a big win over the European champion. You could say big thanks to Shawn Spears, who made his, let's say, interference of sorts in that matchup. Didn't do anything with the interference, just playing some mind games with Penta. Eventually, Billy Gunn would pick up the victory. Now tonight, it's a whole different ball game. That is a tag team matchup. So certainly Billy Gunn, Road Dogg got to work together, and obviously the Lucha Brothers got to work together as well. Plus tonight we have the Intercontinental Championship, Sheamus defending against Tony D'Angelo. Plus Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor, a matchup I'm really looking forward to there. Plus tonight, like we mentioned before, that triple threat women's world title matchup between Kalani Jordan, Queen Stephanie Bakir, and the man, Becky Lynch. Also, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar later on in the evening. Then in your main event, the World Heavyweight title, it is Sami Zayn defending against the megastar L.A. Knight. And I can tell you for sure, night 2 is going to be off the charts, ladies and gentlemen. And I can confirm to you already that due to the interference of R-Truth recently on a Monday Night Raw, Adam Pearce has seen that R-Truth and Miz at least R-Truth seems to be in decent shape after that attack from the Vision. So Adam Pearce, the Raw General Manager, has officially made R-Truth and the Miz of Awesome Truth taking on the Vision for those World Tag Team titles tomorrow night at SummerSlam. And certainly there's a lot of big matches for tomorrow night, especially the winner take all, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. But a matchup I'm really looking forward to is that Solo Sikoa Jacob Fatu matchup. Loser leaves Raw matchup. Obviously Solo wins, he stays. Jacob Fatu wins, he stays. The loser goes to Friday Night SmackDown. And my question is, what does that look like for both superstars? I mean, obviously they can start focusing on themselves, focusing on that, and also for Solo Sikoa. If let's say he wins, obviously I'm assuming the MFT stay. Hold on a minute, hold on to that. As a KOD to Nia Jax. Are we gonna see new champions? 2. Oh, big kick out from Nia. My question is, if Solo Sikoa loses, do the MFTs follow him over to SmackDown? Very curious to see how that will all pan out, ladies and gentlemen. Is now Bianca. Look at the strength and power of Bianca Belair. Be able to just pick up Nia Jax like that is very impressive. It's a big super kick there. And now, Bianca now. Oh, nice moonsault. The handstand into the moonsault there. And now a moonsault again. Really working on the ribs there of Nia Jax. Now Nia using her belly to just run through her. Now a big takedown there of Lash Legend as Legend was tagged in there. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Bianca Belair looking again. Show you that strength and power again. Certainly not afraid to go face to face with the strongest superstars, ladies and gentlemen. And Jade Cargill has her up. Oh, nice, almost like a blue thunder bomb of sorts there, ladies and gentlemen. As now a big Irish whip into the corner. And now Bianca Belair. DDT spikes her. And now Bianca with a nice suplex in there. Jade and Bianca working out pretty well there. Is a big time breaking up of that maneuver from Nia Jax. Now this is the point in the matchup where Bianca and Jade Cargill got to continue the assault here on Lash Legend right now. They got to find a weakness in Lash, in Nia, whoever it may be, to try to put this woman away. Oh, big reversal, big knee to the midsection. Into a snapmare suplex. And now, big tag here from Jade Cargill. Can she put this matchup away and put away Lash Legend for good here? Oh, but a big knee strike right to the ribs. Back and forth here. Lash Legend trying to take a moment just to get herself thinking here. And now look at Lash. Oh, look at that. The agility, the speed. You can see it in Lash. Something very criminally underrated about Lash Legend. Ladies and gentlemen, is a spear out of nowhere. Takes down Nia Jax. And now Jade going to look for a big tag in this matchup. As now Nia Jax back up to her feet. And now has Nia Jax up, and down goes Nia. And now gonna look for a KOD in this matchup again, I believe. Oh, Nia Jax saw it coming though. Back and forth we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's now Nia. Oh, big headbutt there. And uh-oh. Oh no. We've seen this before. This is one of Nia Jax matches before. Looking to cave in the chest of Bianca. Pinfall. Is that it? Oh, strong kick out at one. And you see Nia Jax, she seemed like she couldn't believe it. Certainly I couldn't believe it either, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly having all that land on your chest, and certainly Bianca to be able to survive that. It's very impressive. As now Bianca is continuing to just beat the snot out of Nia Jax, and Nia was busted open. That second to last punch is, man, that blood just drooping down the face. And now, uh-oh. Nia Jax. This ain't gonna end well if Nia Jax actually hits this from the top rope. Nia Jax. Oh my goodness, a Samoan drop. She hit one of those on SmackDown on Alexa Bliss. Is that the knockout blow? No. Broken up by Jade Cargill. And now Nia Jax looking to go to work. Nia Jax. Oh, goodness. And now into the pinfall. Is this it? 2. No, Bianca kicks out. How do you eat an avalanche Samoan drop and then that power bomb? How in the... I don't understand it. I really don't. And now she's expected to survive this next maneuver. Nia Jax from the second rope. That bonsai drop from that second rope. Is that it? Oh, big kick in the middle of that back. Bianca is certainly feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're Bianca, you gotta get a tag here. If you don't, you're not walking out with those tag team titles. Big reversal from Bianca. And now Bianca looking to steal victory here. Jessica Carr running to the corner to make sure. And not even a 1 count. Should have been at least a 1 count, but referee was taking her time despite her running over there. Now this is where Bianca needs to get a tag, but Nia Jax will not allow that. A very hard-fought match between these two teams, but something has to give here. It's a big axe handle right to the midsection, and now Lash is looking to end this matchup for good. Can the Irresistible Forces put this match away? No, they cannot. Bianca fighting, scratching, and clawing to the bitter end. Is now Bianca has her up for a powerbomb. No! She accidentally drops her face first. And now here comes a big tag. Here comes Jade Cargill trying to bring the fight to Lash. Jade Cargill with a choke slam straight down to hell right there on Lash Legend. And now here comes the tag between Jade and Bianca. Into a double back body drop. Lash doing the right thing, rolling outside of the ring, realizing they are in trouble as Bianca spears her, a stiff spear. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in right now, it is for those women's tag team titles. As now Bianca showing you that military press right now. Back down she goes. That is all for the women's tag team championships, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly over the next 2 nights, you're going to see a lot of that. with this matchup, and then the winner of this matchup going on to face off with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Nice drop kick there from the #1 contender. Pinfall opportunity. Well, is that enough to keep down Lash Legend and become the tag team champions? No. And certainly Bianca has eaten a lot of damage in this matchup. If you're Lash, you gotta focus and try to get those ribs, but right now, Bianca's really using that adrenaline. Oh, the pump kick out of nowhere. That maneuver actually put Tatum Paxley away a number of weeks ago. Is that enough? 2. No, 2.5. Very close. Nice reversal, tossing him into enemy corner there. And now Lash has her up. Oh, what a backbreaker. Oh my goodness. You could hear her back breaking all the way up in the cheap seats, ladies and gentlemen. Somehow Jade Cargill is still moving. As now Jade tossing Lash halfway across the ring. Certainly not the best feeling in the world there. As now Jade, looking for that electric chair positioning. Sit out powerbomb. And a big tag here. Now Bianca Belair gonna look to get the job done herself. But now Lash Legend with an Irish Whip off the ropes. Gonna look for a power slam, I believe. But Bianca gonna catch her. Gonna look for maybe to work on the shoulder submission hold here, maybe. But big punch to the ribs. The already ribs that have been hurting tonight from Nia Jax. And now, grabbing her from the braid. And then an uppercut there to the back of the neck. And now we get ourselves a good old-fashioned tag. Here comes Nia Jax. From behind, Nia Jax showing you that strength and power. Brutal backbreaker. Oh, vicious knee as well. And ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight, we have plenty of action. Like we mentioned, the tag team match coming up next is the WWE Tag Team Championships. It is the Lucha Brothers taking on the New Age Outlaws for those WWE Tag Team titles. And now Bianca again going back to that open wound of Nia Jax. But again, Nia Jax pushing her away. You can only take so much damage to the face before it starts pissing you off a little bit. Oh, but then Bianca again, that big elbow to that open cut. And then a back suplex, dropping her on her back and head. And now Bianca gonna get a tag to Jade Cargill. And now pump kick. Oh my goodness, got some velocity on that bad boy. And now Jade telling Nia Jax to get up to her feet. Here we go. Jade Cargill has her up. The strength and power. Jaded to Nia Jax. Pinfall. But right there, Lash Legend breaks it up. And Jade Cargill still knows it was broken up, but she was still going along for the ride. Uh-oh, Jade. Uh-oh, can she get her up? Sit out powerbomb. If I was her, I'd go for the pinfall again, but now Nia Jax in a bad predicament. Jade Cargill gonna look to make her pay, and a spear to the outside certainly will do her favors. And now Jade gonna toss in Lash Legend. Gonna do some hard work here to Lash Legend as much as possible. We got ourselves a tag here. I don't think she was a legal woman here, but oh, she's just whipped Lash Legend, as now Lash Legend in trouble, and now Nia Jax gets hit with a knee from Bianca. Not sure why the referee counted it as a tag in for Nia Jax, but big reversal from Bianca. Back and forth we go here. Bianca gonna look for a power bomb, I believe. Bianca Belair. Sit out power bomb. Man, the velocity on that. Can you imagine just getting thrown up in the air as a super heavyweight? It's now Jade Cargill going to go for a submission hold here. Submission hold here. Nia Jax may have to tap out here. All that blood dripping down her face. Can she survive this? Jade Cargill doing everything in her power. Back and forth we go. Who's ultimately going to be the women's tag team champions? And certainly these women have to go to war the following night, tomorrow night, against Charlotte and Alexa. There's now an Irish whip into the corner. Now we get ourselves a tag. Here comes Nia and Lash Legend. Just trying to slow down Jade as much as possible. Roll up here. Could this be enough to steal a victory here? No, just a one. Now Jade tosses her back in the corner. Oh, brutal forearm strike, simple and effective. Now Jade building up some speed. Here she comes. She's talking that trash. She's talking that talk, but she can't walk the walk or she runs into a big boot. There's now Lash again working. Oh, working that left ankle area, or left knee, I should say. And now into a choke slam, all the way down to hell, into the pinfall opportunity. Is that enough to put her away? 2, no, 2.5. Very, very close. The matchup continues. Now I'm going to go for the pinfall again, but this time around to use the ropes. Referee doesn't see. Oh, actually, she did see it. I didn't think at first she was going to see it, but thankfully she saw it. As now Jade Cargill again gets hit with that one-arm sit-out power bomb. 2, ooh, 2.5. Bianca looked like she would have been there to break it up. As Jade trying to do everything in her power to get herself out of this predicament here, as Jade tosses her into the corner. Now what can Jade and Bianca do here? Perfect opportunity as Jade and Bianca, here we go. DDT into the wheelbarrows takedown there of Lash Legend. And now into the pinfall, but Nia Jax right there. It was a perfect combination from Bianca and Jade, but you're right in front of Nia. That's an easy breakup. As now Bianca has Lash Legend up, and down goes Lash Legend for that KOD. Is that enough for them to become the new women's tag team champions? Pinfall opportunity. 1. Oh, just a 1 count. Matchup continues, and if you're Lash, you got to get a tag here to Nia. Oh, big spear from Bianca. That is well played out there. Is now Bianca going to get ourselves a tag here. Jade Cargill does not realize Lash Legend is back inside of the ring. Well, now she does. Big super kick, and now Jade about to put her over her shoulder. Spinning blue thunder bomb of sorts. Referee now in position. That could be enough for new champions, but Nia Jax right there to save the day. And now Jade. We all know where this is going. She hit it earlier on tonight. Jade Cargill has her up. Time to feel jaded. Flips her over. And now going to look for that 1, 2, and 3. But Nia Jax saves the match. And the matchup will continue. Lash desperately needs a tag here. As she gets tossed right into Bianca. She connected with a punch to the face. And now we'll get Bianca with the tag. Build up some speed with some big knee strike right to the temple. And now Bianca again here picks her up and then is going to drop her down for a hard landing. Now it's time for another KOD. You can feel Lash Legend. She's running on empty right now. Cannot even get a tag as there is the KOD. Pinfall opportunity. But right there, Nia Jax saves this matchup. She's trying to do everything in her power to make sure this matchup continues. As another KOD on the menu here in New Jersey. Another KOD. Look at all this blood all over this mat. Pinfall opportunity. Will Nia Jax save it this time around? No, she won't. And we have ourselves new women's tag team champions. Nia Jax was trying to do everything in her power to keep those titles around her waist, but Lash Legend, she was just beaten over and over and over again at the very end. And Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, once again, are your women's tag team champions. And tomorrow night, they face off with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss for those women's tag team championships. Congratulations to Jade and Bianca. But now we head over to the men's division on the SmackDown side of things for those tag team titles.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall, and it's for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
As here comes Penta and Rey Fenix, the Lucha Bros, making their way down to the very ring. Certainly one of the better tag teams in all of WWE. Penta and Rey Fenix. Penta, the current European champion. Rey Fenix, a very, very good Lucha Libre superstar. We've seen him a handful of times here in SmackDown, obviously tag teaming with his brother Penta, but in singles action he has done quite well. So we'll see how Phoenix can do, and we'll see if for sure Penta and Rey Fenix can become the tag team champions once again. But they're going to have to go through the New Age Outlaws.
Your ass better call somebody. You damn right.
Mr. Ass and Road Dogg making their way down to the very ring, ladies and gentlemen. They did quite well to knock off the Lucha Brothers the first time around. This time it's a rematch. And certainly after this rematch, you got to wonder who may be next in line. Even if we do, let's say, have new tag team champions or there's a retainment, you got to believe there's got to be a new tag team to step up to the plate here on Friday Night SmackDown. There is some worthy tag teams that should honestly get an opportunity to be able to do that.
Cut the music. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly brings to you the Road Dogg Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaw. And of course, if you're not down with that, we got two words for you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The WWE Tag Team Championships are on the line. Penta versus Road Dogg will kick us off here. Referee has officially rung the bell. Like we mentioned before, Penta and Billy Gunn last night on Friday Night SmackDown. Good showing there from Billy Gunn. It was a strong showing from Penta early. Probably for the first minute or two, super kicks and hard-hitting maneuvers. Then it turned into Billy Gunn's show. From that point on, really dominating the matchup for about 70 to 80% of that match. As now Road Dogg with a nice scoop slam takes down Phoenix. And now here comes the badass Billy Gunn. And now since it's an actual tag team matchup, we'll see if any of that comes into play from last night. It's a nice jumping neck breaker takes down Billy Gunn. Tonight's festivities, this will be the last tag team matchup of the evening. We do have a triple threat matchup and a numerous amounts of one-on-one contests, but no more tag team matches of the evening. It will be all set up for tomorrow night. We got the World Tag Team titles. Awesome Truth taking on the Vision. Plus, we are also going to be seeing Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss challenging Bianca and Jade Cargill for those women's tag team championships. As now, Rey Fenix here. Oh, sit out powerbomb there from Billy Gunn. Hard Irish whip into the corner. That was stiff, very stiff in that corner. And now Rey Fenix has him in the tree of woe. You do not want to be in this position. As now Rey Fenix. This ain't gonna be good. Oh goodness. What a stomp in the corner. That very well could be enough to see new tag team champions. No. Just a 1 count. Road Dogg trying to get a tag there, but that will not be occurring today as Billy Gunn fighting for his life. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is for the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus defends his Intercontinental Championship live tonight against Tony D'Angelo. This matchup is from Friday Night SmackDown. We'll see how that matchup fares as Rey Fenix looking to get the tag in the corner to his brother Penta, and he does. Here comes Zero Miedo, that being Penta. Nice enziguri to the side of the skull, and now Penta. Oh, look at that from Road Dogg. Very rarely seeing him move that fast, but certainly that will definitely help him out. And now Penta reversing him, throwing him in the corner. Obviously that super kick didn't feel too good. Reversal, Penta. Oh, what a backstabber. Man. Certainly will not be feeling too good in the morning for Road Dogg. Unless he's able to win this matchup, then that might help out a little bit. Big punch there. And now Road Dogg. Drop kick to the outside, down goes Penta. And look at Road Dogg, being the veteran that he is, coming out here, coming right after Penta. Not giving him any room to get himself any recovery time whatsoever. As back and forth we go. And Penta tossing him right into that barricade area that we had. What is Road Dogg thinking about doing? Thought maybe he's going to bounce him off that apron. Thankfully he didn't. And now Road Dogg, he's not thinking about a spring. Okay. I thought Road Dogg may have had some bad intentions with maybe trying to do a springboard, but I don't think that would have ended too well for Road Dogg there. Now into the corner, but Penta with a tremendous reversal. Back and forth we go. Penta now. Enziguri. Road Dogg blocked this earlier. Will he block it again? No, he won't. Second time's better. And now Penta trying to do something springboard related, I believe. And it took too much. And now Billy Gunn might be able to capitalize. Irish whip off the ropes. Penta running right past Billy Gunn here. Oh, nice jab punch. Certainly stunned Penta just enough in the corner. And if you're Billy Gunn, I think you had the same strategy you had last night. You do the exact same thing that was able to fluster Penta last night, and you're probably still going to walk out with the tag team titles. So now Penta, Ray Phoenix, here we go, looking for a package power bomb. Oh, pile driver into that super kick. Certainly not the best feeling in the world. Roll through, frog splash, right there on the midsection of Billy Gunn. As he drops an elbow right on that left knee. And now Phoenix looking for a super kick possibly. Hits it flush. Dead flush on the face of Billy Gunn. And I think Billy Gunn may need some fillers on his teeth, ladies and gentlemen, after the amount of super kicks he has taken yesterday and today. Going for a slap, did not work out. Billy Gunn now going to look to build up some speed here. Oh, but he eats 2 boots to the face. And now Penta, springboard crossbody, turns the champion inside out. Now Penta Irish whipping him off the rope, showing you some agility here, back and forth. But Penta has his opponent run right into him, and now Billy Gunn can have the upper hand and tosses him into the corner. And now this is what Billy Gunn needs to do, slow down Penta, work those legs. That's a great idea. If Penta can't bounce around, certainly he can't win the championship. Penta trying to use a springboard maneuver, but Billy Gunn just one step ahead of him, and a tilt-the-world slam takes down Penta. And now Billy Gunn again trying to set up something, doesn't work out. Now in the corner, Penta goes. Big forearm. And now, back and forth we go. Penta with a backbreaker again. And so explosive with that backbreaker, man. And that could be enough to become the new tag team champions, but Road Dogg right there to break it up. And Billy Gunn gets the tag. Penta trying to get this crowd all fired up with him. And now here comes Road Dogg with a gift of gab with those punches. Now into the pinfall. Is that enough to retain the titles? Ooh. Ray Phoenix right there to save the day. But here comes Penta. Penta looking to change up what this matchup looks like here. Ooh, big slap there. And now Penta. This ain't gonna end well for Road Dogg. Looking for that avalanche. Oh my goodness, the avalanche destroyer from the top rope. Is that enough? Yes, it is. The Lucha Brothers are the new tag team champions. They have done it. They've now held those tag team titles for a second time, knocking off the New Age Outlaws. And then the SmackDown's tag team division looks a little bit more lucha libre, if I do say so myself. But now we move on to see what is next for the Intercontinental titles.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
And here we go with the Intercontinental Championship being on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Big time matchup here. This is the type of matchup we want to see between Tony D'Angelo and Sheamus. Two wrestlers that are absolutely powerful in the middle of that ring. Sheamus obviously a little bit more when it comes to Tony D'Angelo, but I would say Tony D'Angelo criminally underrated. And you saw what he could do against a man like Damian Priest recently on Friday Night SmackDown. A couple weeks ago on SmackDown. him and Priest had themselves a all-out brawl, and Angelo survived Damian Priest. And I think if you're Sheamus, you absolutely respect what you see. But once that bell rings, it is going to be all that respect tossed out the window, and you're looking to retain the Intercontinental Championship as much as possible. And now, about to have ourselves a banger of a matchup. Here comes Sheamus. He's done quite well as Intercontinental Champion, ladies and gentlemen. But does it continue tonight here at the Meadowlands here in New Jersey? Can Sheamus do it again? It is going to be a hard-hitting match for the Intercontinental Champion Sheamus. But hey, we're on one of the biggest stages in WWE, and especially of the summer. What better match to put it all on the line than here at SummerSlam to show everyone that you haven't lost a step against an up-and-comer in Tony D'Angelo. Sheamus is not going to back down from a fight, ladies and gentlemen, and certainly he's going to be cool, calm, and collected here in the Meadowlands live tonight here at SummerSlam. Here we go.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 240 pounds, Tony D'Angelo. And his opponent from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Here we go. Tony D'Angelo and Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think is going to be walking out as champion? Does Tony D'Angelo even stand a chance? We're about to figure out if he does, and if he can pick off a major upset tonight. Here we go. Matchup has officially started. So you can see all that blood, sweat, and tears on that mat right now. We'll add some more with this matchup. It's a nice swinging neck breaker from the champion. And now Sheamus with that gut wrench sit out power bomb there to Mr. D'Angelo. Now Sheamus telling D'Angelo to get up to his feet. Sheamus looking to go over the top rope with that shoulder tackle. Absolutely vicious. Oh, going for that jumping forearm. Takes down Sheamus. That's what D'Angelo needs to do. Take it to the big man. Big spear will definitely help you out there. And now here comes D'Angelo. It's a big stomp there. Right on that quadriceps there. And now Sheamus. Oh, nice kidney punch. Back and forth here early. Sheamus with a roll up here. Will this be enough? No. Just a 1 count. Ooh, vicious knee. Trying to slow down Tony D'Angelo as much as possible early on. And obviously you're going to have, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of stuff in this matchup. You're going to be throwing some stuff out early. You know, maybe what you planned isn't going to work, so you're going to have to shoot from the hip, essentially, and figure out what you got to do, brother, to get the job done. D'Angelo with a nice reversal here at ringside. It is for that Intercontinental Championship. We are live here in New Jersey for SummerSlam. It is a 2-night event. We got a handful of great action for you tonight here on Friday Night SmackDown yesterday, but here on SummerSlam. We are representing Friday Night SmackDown in this matchup as Tony D'Angelo took that announce table off. That's the Hispanic team's table over there. As back and forth we go. Ooh, Sheamus landing on his neck on the bottom of those steel steps. And Tony D'Angelo kind of signaling the end is near. Back in the ring we go. As now, Sheamus going to show you that power. Ooh, what a backbreaker. We'll be feeling that in the morning for sure. Will Tony D'Angelo. Oh, look at that. Haven't really seen Sheamus do something like that. Oh, wait. Did John Cone actually get hit with that knee? Couldn't tell, but certainly didn't really phase him if it did. It's a big maneuver there from Sheamus. And now Sheamus signaling the end is near for Tony D'Angelo. And we could be just moments away from seeing just that. As oh, look at this belly-to-belly over the head suplex. That keeps himself in this match a little bit longer, and at least momentarily. As now, ooh, Sheamus, the big-time kidney punch, but Tony D'Angelo giving him receipts as a nice spine buster to Sheamus. Now D'Angelo looking to steal one here. Will this be enough to become the new Intercontinental Champion? No, 2.5. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is a non-title matchup. It is the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre taking on Finn Balor one-on-one. Boom, bro kick. Bro kick out of nowhere. That may be enough to become still your Intercontinental Champion, but D'Angelo still alive. It's now Sheamus with a gut wrench power slam. Now Sheamus. These close-handed punches right across the face. Certainly not the best feeling in the world to be taking something like that from a big man like Sheamus. As now Sheamus from the top rope district. Ooh, the jumping knee right across the chest. And now Sheamus tossing him halfway across the ring. Tony D'Angelo's got to figure out something quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Sheamus is building up that momentum. Oh, and just like that, a running STO slows down the Intercontinental Champion. Oh, looking for a belly-to-belly over the head suplex. Nope, arm drag reversal from Sheamus. And now off the ropes we go. More agility here into another bro kick to the face of Tony D'Angelo. 2.5. That's the second bro kick in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Just as somehow has not been enough. As now Sheamus building up some speed with a good old-fashioned, reliable clothesline. Back and forth we're seeing between both men. Hold on. Tony D'Angelo. Oh, nice Northern Lights suplex combination pinfall. But Sheamus kicks out at 1. And Tony D'Angelo, whatever he was trying to set up there, Sheamus had it scouted. And now Sheamus has him on his shoulders, looking for that Irish curse. Oh, goodness. And now, looking for that Celtic cross. Looking for that Celtic cross on D'Angelo. Down goes D'Angelo. Is that enough for a retainment? 2, 3, no! D'Angelo kicks out somehow, some way. Don't know how much more D'Angelo can really take in this opportune time, ladies and gentlemen. He has sustained a lot. He's eaten brogue kicks, Celtic crosses, everything in between. As now we're about to see both men go to war in the terms of punching and fighting here. Brutality at its finest. Sheamus is trying to push Tony D'Angelo to his limits here. Sheamus again telling him, yeah, go ahead, hit me. I'm not fazed by your hits. Bam! Tony D'Angelo does not know where he is at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. As now Sheamus to the top rope district. Not sure he really needs to go high risk here. As Sheamus, flying shoulder tackle, takes down D'Angelo. And now Sheamus, what is he setting up? Is he thinking about another Celtic cross? It looks like he may. He has D'Angelo up again, and down he goes. Sheamus looks to retain the Intercontinental title this time around. 2, 3. No, again. Another kick out at 2.5. How much more can D'Angelo take, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, more power to him to be able to stick it out, but still. Sometimes you gotta throw in that white flag. Sheamus trying to decide what he wants to do. Oh, has him up again. But now, this time around, D'Angelo able to slip out of it. And now a belly-to-belly over the head suplex again. And now, armbar. Oh, but luckily for Sheamus, there was a rope break. It's been a tough showing for Tony D'Angelo, ladies and gentlemen. Just has not been able to muster much offense against the Intercontinental Champion Sheamus at this very moment. It really feels like Sheamus should have this match won already, but D'Angelo not giving up. And now Sheamus with that over-the-top rope shoulder tackle. Oh, man, that running forearm. Damn. And now, Sheamus looking to make Tony D'Angelo submit here, middle of the ring. If the bro kicks won't help, certainly the submission hold in the middle of this ring will help. But D'Angelo's somehow fighting out of it. How in the heck is he doing it? Oh, nice power slam. And now Sheamus, here we go, pinfall opportunity. Not going to look to use the ropes, but John Cone, veteran referee in this business, he is not going to allow that to happen. And now the swinging neck breaker from Tony D'Angelo. Is this enough? 2. Oh, very last second, Sheamus getting the shoulder up. This match has been dominated by Sheamus. And somehow almost Tony D'Angelo almost stole it. As down goes Sheamus. Is this it? Tony D'Angelo looking to steal one. Looking to steal the Intercontinental title. No, 219. Ooh, and a big clothesline to the outside. Down goes Sheamus. And now finally Tony D'Angelo has woken up. The big elbow right across the jaw. You keep a killer like Tony D'Angelo in this matchup a little bit longer than expected, and somehow he can stay in this matchup and might be able to pull out a victory. Now Tony D setting up Sheamus. Tony D'Angelo. Oh, big elbow from Sheamus. And now Sheamus. Nope, over the head. Oh no, this is just a belly-to-belly release. Slam. Back and forth we go. Uh-oh. Sheamus beating his chest here. Bro! Or no, it's almost like a jumping knee strike. Now Sheamus. Sheamus may be looking to put this matchup away. He's telling him to get up to his feet. Sheamus. Bro kick. That has to be the killer blow. Pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus has retained his Intercontinental title. He got very, very lucky towards the end there that Tony D'Angelo was not able to muster up some more of those maneuvers, or we could have very well had a new Intercontinental champion. But Sheamus continues his Intercontinental Championship reign through the SummerSlam PLE. But up next, we have Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor. And now here comes Finn Balor from the Judgment Day. And if you guys are relatively new to the series, the reason why Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor are fighting each other is, well, certainly it was a Friday Night SmackDown where we saw Drew McIntyre, what we knew at that time was the world heavy, or the WWE champion, pardon me. And Finn Balor, Damian Priest, they all wanted their rematches of sorts. So Drew McIntyre said, hey, screw it, that's what I'm going to do. So he defeats Damian Priest to retain. Finn Balor comes out, and it's a very competitive matchup. But JD McDonough gets involved, ends up hitting Drew McIntyre, and Finn Balor would crawl over to Drew McIntyre, pick up the 3. Finn Balor was WWE Champion. But then CM Punk would cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Finn Balor to become the new WWE Champion. So now we're going to have CM Punk and Joe Hendry instead of obviously Drew McIntyre or Finn Balor being in that matchup. So, and Drew wasn't too happy about that cash in, and especially JD McDonough getting involved, which leads to a Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor matchup here at SummerSlam. Certainly 2 main event talents on SmackDown going at it. It's what we want to see. Guys continuing to get better, and obviously the way these 2 guys have gone at it, well, you know, certainly the Judgment Day's way of going the way that they want it to go. As here comes the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. As there he is, Drew McIntyre making his presence known. And look at that crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Drew McIntyre taking it all in. New Jersey crowd looking at the former WWE champion, a man that is looking to tear apart Finn Balor here tonight, live here in New Jersey. It's going to be a very competitive match. It's going to go anyone's way. And right now, I don't see any Judgment Day members. It doesn't mean that nobody will get involved, but right now it looks like it's a straight up one-on-one contest. We were supposed to get that same thing earlier on tonight between JC Jane and Blake Monroe, ladies and gentlemen, but that certainly did not happen, at least towards the end of the matchup. Like we said, we're getting Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor. This is going to be a main event on any of the pay-per-views, but it is on one of the biggest pay-per-views in a very long time here on SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen. It is Drew McIntyre. It is Finn Balor, and it is inside of a WWE ring here at SummerSlam. And, you know, the strategy going into this matchup is just got to be able to really slow down your opponent as much as possible, especially for Drew McIntyre. Slow down Finn Balor as much as possible in this very matchup. You can't allow Finn Balor to start doing whatever he wants to do. Oh, look at these men going at it. Big time maneuver after big time maneuver. Ooh, big time takedown there. So look at this. Look at this. Set out powerbomb there from Drew. And I'll look at this again. And oh, another sit out powerbomb. Maneuver after maneuver here on excuse me, at SummerSlam. It just stomps away. And right now it seems like McIntyre really focusing in on the ribs right now. So big slipping out of the way. Finn Balor attacking that left knee. And certainly this is the type of matchup you want to see, ladies and gentlemen. Just putting it all on the line here. And certainly with a win tonight here at SummerSlam, that will definitely boost up the rankings here in WWE, especially on SmackDown. Men are going to be jockeying for position. Obviously, whatever happens between CM Punk and Joe Hendry tomorrow night. And obviously tonight we're getting Obafemi and Roman Reigns. You cannot forget about that matchup as well. So a lot of stuff going down tonight. Just continuing to work that midsection. Midsection for midsection game. Ooh, big kick there. Big kick to the skull there will really send him a message. Back and forth we go. Finn Balor showing you that agility, looking for that double stomp. McIntyre able to show off what he can do in his reaction time. The nice Russian leg sweep takes down Balor. Into the pinfall. Referee is right there, but just a 1 count. And Finn Balor gonna have Drew McIntyre come out there, and certainly, hey, that's one way to do it. Bait him out there so you can go to work. Working on that head and neck area, slowing down McIntyre as much as possible. And if you're Finn, you got to up the game a little bit, up the speed a little bit. But hey, if you can use the environment to your advantage, even better. As, oh, McIntyre bounces Balor's head right off that top apron. Uh-oh, Drew McIntyre. Oh, that chosen DDT out of nowhere. That future shock DDT certainly doing some wonders for McIntyre as he tosses Balor back inside of the ring. Now pinfall for McIntyre. Can he knock off Balor? 2. No, not even a 2. Oh, it was a 2. It was very close. And now Finn Balor gets hit with a nice Mission UQ driver, center of the ring. And now McIntyre. It's Claymore country here tonight in New Jersey. Can he hit it though? Oh, Finn Balor steps out of the way. And now a big clubbing forearm strike. Certainly not the best feeling in the world as Finn Balor moves out of the, or gets dodged out of the way of the clothesline. And now both men, good old fashioned strike for strike here. Oh goodness, man. I don't know how much I would get paid to try to take strikes from both of these superstars, but it'd have to definitely be a lot. Ooh, nice punch there from McIntyre. Uh-oh. Kick to the midsection. Big ol' forearm to the back of to his back. And now McIntyre looking to go high risk. McIntyre, big elbow misses. And now Balor, can he capitalize? No, he can't, because he gets hit with the Claymore. Claymore out of nowhere. Shoulders are down. Chew. Oh, just a 2 count. And now McIntyre trying to use the ground and pound game, but Balor going to use everything in his ability to do so. Balor with a nice sling blade takedown there of Drew McIntyre. And now Finn Balor, double kick, the double drop kick, and he has Drew McIntyre right where he wants him. Is he thinking coup de grace? He's in the landing zone. Finn Balor, coup de grace. Coup de grace to McIntyre. Is that enough? Referee in position. 1, 2. No, 2.5. Very, very close. And now again, Finn's setting up something here. Oh, he's looking for that 1916. 1916 to McIntyre. Dropped him right on his head. Brainbuster. 2. No, 2.5. Finn Balor pulling out all of his stops in this match. Everything he has in his moveset, he's pulling it out tonight. That's what you got to do in these big time moments. The biggest night of the summer. SummerSlam night 1 and night 2 going on. As Balor drop kick. McIntyre took that straight on. And now Finn continuing to look to up the pace. McIntyre with a glass cow kiss. Let me give you a kiss. Pinfall. 2. Ooh, Balor just barely grabbing that bottom rope. But he did definitely grab it. And now, oh, I think McIntyre had some dirty intentions about putting this matchup away. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer. It's Finn Balor with an elbow right across the chest. McIntyre doing the right thing, rolling outside the ring, giving him some time to recuperate. And same for Finn Balor. He gets a little bit of time to recuperate as well. Finn Balor, springboard, tornado, corkscrew through the air, takes down McIntyre. And right now, McIntyre just trying to figure out what he's got to do at this opportune time. As now Balor tosses McIntyre right against that barricade. You think that barricade's soft. Oh, no, it is not. Looking to beat down McIntyre as much as possible here at ringside. Obviously, having that no count-out rule does wonders for a lot of these superstars, and you try to use that to their advantage. And now McIntyre going to toss Finn Balor right into that barricade. And look at those clubbing blows from Drew, man. Back and forth from Finn and McIntyre. This is what you love about this match. They don't care about each other, certainly, but man, when they get in this ring, they do have that in-ring chemistry. And look at Drew, not going to allow Finn to do anything to him. And, oh, Finn thrown down to the other side of the arena. And back in the ring is Drew McIntyre. Uh-oh. High risk, high reward situation in the later stages of this match. Here we go. Drew McIntyre. Oh, goodness, what a clothesline. Didn't look like he was going to necessarily make it. And oh, no. Drew McIntyre looking to maybe put Finn Balor through a table. This ain't going to be good. This ain't going to be good for Finn Balor, as Balor's tossed up against the barricade. If you're Booker, Michael Cole, and Wade Barrett, you may want to move. Drew McIntyre certainly has some dirty intentions, possibly. Now Finn Balor trying to stir up to his feet. No need in the rush right now at this point in this matchup. Oh, Finn Balor. Oh, he hit some of that maneuver, not enough, but now he's got a crossface on Drew McIntyre. Drew might have to tap out. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought maybe for a minute how he was wrenching that in. I thought just maybe it was going to be enough, as now McIntyre. Oh, look at Finn Balor, able to get himself out of this predicament. Pinfall, shoulders are down. But now Drew looking to steal one. Here we go. 1, 2. Ooh, so close. Very close. Claymore, second one in this matchup. Knockout blow. Shoulders are down. 2, 3. McIntyre has done it. McIntyre knocks off Finn Balor here tonight live at SummerSlam. A very brutal, congested matchup between Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor, ladies and gentlemen. But Drew McIntyre sends a warning shot to Finn Balor and the Judgment Day here tonight.
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the WWE Women's World Championship.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your triple threat Women's World Championship match. And here comes the queen of the ring winner, Queen Stephanie Vakir. Normally she's coming out here in red, but here tonight looks like she's coming out here in all blue and black here live tonight. Well, she very well could win her first Women's World Championship here in WWE. Big time moment for Queen Stephanie Vakir, having to deal with the likes of Kalani Jordan and Becky Lynch. And hopefully, for the sake of this matchup, Seth Rollins does not get involved in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It would be an absolute damn shame if that were to happen. Seth Rollins, Carmelo Hayes, tomorrow night live there at Wrestling Night 2 of SummerSlam. As now here comes the man, Becky Lynch. The man has come around, and certainly she's got to feel pretty good about what has happened to Kalani Jordan there on the most recent edition of Monday Night Raw. Her husband, Seth Rollins, the Visionary, stomped out Kalani Jordan, as well laid down the trap and stomped out Carmelo Hayes. And certainly, Kalani Jordan, unfortunately for her, she's not going to be 100% after being stomped out multiple times. I'm very curious to see how that is all going to pan out tomorrow night there at SummerSlam. But just because Kalani got stomped out doesn't mean that she can't somehow survive this triple threat world championship match. Anything goes in this matchup as long as that result happens in the middle of that ring. So Kalani could hit a split-legged moonsault. She could hit all sorts of different things on Becky Lynch to retain that championship. Or maybe she hits it on Stephanie Vaquer. You never know. But certainly guaranteed Kalani is looking to get her hands on Becky Lynch for sure. Seems like Seth Rollins is doing all the work for Becky Lynch when it comes to that stuff. And certainly I'm sure Becky Lynch probably has a say about it behind the scenes. As we now wait for Kalani Jordan to make her way down with that Women's World Championship. As there she is, and she seems like she is ready. I don't see any scarring or anything on her face area, so getting stomped out a couple times certainly would do some damage. But certainly Kalani, you know, she had from Monday night to this Saturday, obviously, to recuperate, getting about 6 days or so. So, I mean, certainly not going to be close to 100%, but hey, you know, she's going to be a fighting champion. Too bad it wasn't just Kalani versus Stephanie. Becky Lynch having to get involved in this matchup. But certainly this match can go all sorts of different ways tonight. Question is, what route? Who is going to Monday Night Raw with that Women's World Championship? Will somehow Becky Lynch be able to regain that? Will Kalani retain it? Or will we see Queen Stephanie Vaquer with her first ever Women's World title? That prestigious World Championship that we've had a various amount of different ladies carry that ever since the introduction of that Women's World Championship. As there is Stephanie Vaquer, Becky Lynch, and the Women's World Champion Kalani Jordan. They are all ready to go. Referee has officially rung the bell. Here we go. And a big old back suplex folds Becky Lynch early on. As now Kalani and Stephanie will go at it here momentarily. They snapmare takedown, and now the man looking to bring the fight to Stephanie from behind. So Kalani Jordan looking to get a little extreme here. It's a nice exploder. And look at Kalani. That was a headshot galore to Becky Lynch. She made sure she was the very first one she targeted. As now Kalani Jordan. Oh, getting stretched out really good here by Stephanie Vaquer. Referee in position just to make sure if there would be a submission hold out of that. That's now Stephanie with a back suplex. We knew this matchup is going to be all over the place. It is for that Women's World Championship. Trying to be at the right place at the right time in this matchup. Now Becky Lynch. Uh-oh. For that DDT, hard landing. And right now Kalani now looking to walk out still Women's World Champion. Ooh, very close, but just a 1 count. Still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, after this very matchup, we're going to be heading down to the ring. It is going to be a one-on-one contest between the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. That's going to be a very physical, very brutal matchup. And with Paul Heyman presumably going to be there at ringside for Braun Breaker, you can only imagine how that's going to go. An exploder suplex into the corner as Stephanie connects with a chair shot right there to Lynch. And now Stephanie, ooh, goodness, nice back suplex. Can she continue with those suplexes? Oh, no, she's going to turn it into a devil's kiss. Devil's kiss. Devil's kiss to Becky Lynch. And now Kalani has the Women's World Championship in the middle of the ring, and she connects right to the face of Stephanie Vaquer. Going to go for the pinfall. Will this be enough? No. I'm surprised Kalani didn't try to get Becky Lynch up to her feet to try to connect with her and try to hit her first instead of Stephanie. But hey, you know, whoever's up, you gotta go after. Nice snapmare takedown there from the champ. Here comes Kalani off the ropes into a nice crossbody. Now Kalani gets hit with a neck breaker. Ooh, vicious knee strike. So many different routes this Women's World Championship could be going, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to see what that first episode of Monday Night Raw is going to look like coming out of this event. So much stuff going on. There's a beautiful moonsault there from the champion. Takes down the challenger. And now Kalani trying to go for maybe a face buster of sorts. Becky Lynch holding that Women's World Championship. And oh, she connects to the back of Stephanie Vaquer. And oh, double hit. Not really doing too much damage. She keeps interrupting. There's an angle slam from Kalani. And a headshot takes down Kalani. And now she's whipping her with that said championship. As now Lynch going high risk. Who does she decide to go after? She goes after Stephanie. Pinfall after the leg drop. Kalani trying to deal with that table. And luckily she was able to break it up, and Stephanie was able to honestly get out of that situation as well. It's a nice face buster. Takes down Lynch. Oh, super kick there to Lynch. Certainly believe Kalani was going to try to take that to Stephanie. Stephanie in with essentially a bridge pinfall, but just a 1 count. That's why they always say be ready in these type of matches. As a Frankensteiner takes down Stephanie Vaquer, and now a big old Beck's bottom there from Becky Lynch into the pinfall. Could this be enough for Becky Lynch to become the new Women's World Champion? No, 2.5. Very, very close. As Stephanie and Becky look at each other for a quick second, trying to decide what they want to do. Becky Lynch now has the upper hand. Oh, goodness. A knee strike there, and now Stephanie with a eat defeat boot to the side of the skull. And so far tonight, it's been a tremendous SummerSlam event. Now bridge into the pinfall combination. Stephanie again trying to steal a victory when she can. But so far tonight has been a great SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of twists and turns, retainments. We've seen new champions. And I can only imagine how the rest of the night is going to be looking. From obviously Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Obafemi. Also your main event tonight, we will see Sami Zayn, the World Heavyweight Champion, in action as he takes on the megastar LA Knight in your main event. There's a hard landing there by Stephanie Vaquer, and now Becky Lynch looking to put the finishing pieces of this match away, especially with that chair shot. And now Kalani right there to break it up. Referee didn't acknowledge that first part. As now Kalani has her right where she wants her. This could be a bad spot for Lynch. Uh-oh. This ain't going to end well for somebody. Can't tell where this is going, to be honest with you. Kalani Jordan doing everything in her power. Oh my goodness, what in the heck is this? No way. Oh my goodness! Frankensteiner from the top rope! How in the hell is she moving? Kalani Jordan doing all sorts of big maneuvers, taking it to Becky Lynch. And I'm surprised Lynch is able to honestly just move on her own. And now Lynch with a roll through. Now she's going to power it up and hit her with a power bomb onto that kendo stick. And now, here we go, Kalani rolling up Becky Lynch. Could this be enough? No, just a 1 count. Look at Kalani, she said, I almost had you there. As a Hurricane Rana. Big takedown there, and then these big clubbing blows right to the face of Becky Lynch. Now back here has that kendo stick looking to strike right there on Kalani Jordan. That was a brutal headshot. Is that enough for a new Women's World Champion? No, it is not. And now Stephanie Vaquer looking for that backbreaker again, I believe. No, she looks for the code breaker, the gut buster of sorts. And now Stephanie coming after Kalani. As, oh, Kalani throwing that Sledgehammer right after is now Kalani from the top rope district. Who is she thinking about? The 450. The 450 to Becky. Is this it? 2. No, Becky kicks out, and I think Stephanie would have been right there to break it up. It's a big super kick there, and now Stephanie has Becky Lynch right where she wants her here. This is the type of match you'd love to see, highly competitive from all three women. Now Kalani from behind, looking for a, oh, okay, that leg drop right across the chest, and now it seemed like Stephanie was looking to get extreme there in the champion, and Kalani was not going to allow that. Here comes Kalani Jordan, looking to put the final pieces of this matchup away. Split leg and moonsault. Is this enough to retain, though? No, it is not. 2.5. That would have been the best time to retain right there when Becky Lynch wasn't officially up to her feet and wouldn't have been able to break it up. As now Lynch going for a scoop slam on the kendo stick. Did not work out. Now Kalani was able to hit her with that reversal. This is anyone's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the type of match where, you know, it could take one bad maneuver just like that. You end up screwing yourself. It's all about being right place, right time in this match. Now Kalani Jordan has Stephanie into the corner. Uh-oh. I think she's looking for that moonsault again. But, oh, headshot from Lynch. Certainly, if you're the Vision watching this match go on, you certainly would love for Becky Lynch to get back that Women's World Championship. The Vision gets their World Championship matchup next tomorrow night. And then also, you know, certainly Seth Rollins takes on Carmelo Hayes tomorrow night as well. There's a lot of great action coming your guys' way tomorrow night. As Becky Lynch gets her leg twisted. Oh my goodness. And now, Stephanie believes that's enough to put down the man. Is it enough? No. This is all for the Women's World Championship. Who wants it more? It's a Samoan drop there in the middle of the ring. Now Kalani setting up Stephanie back here. But Stephanie is not going to allow that. Stephanie now. Nope, Kalani. Oh, nice palm strike right to the chest. Oh. Man, that was a hard strike there from Kalani. Kalani's doing everything in her power to try and stay in this match and walk out victorious. As now Lynch, not sure what she's trying to set up here. Oh, nice drop kick to the knee. And now Kalani. Uh-oh. Oh, Lynch, I think Lynch has been cut open. Lynch has been cut open, ladies and gentlemen. And now Kalani Jordan with a split leg and moonsault. But right there, Stephanie back here, she's right up to her feet. She's not going to allow Kalani Jordan to just walk out victorious here. And now Stephanie back here, she's wasting valuable time. But Becky Lynch is in the landing zone. Kalani Jordan does not want her to connect. And oh, surprised she wasn't able to connect with that leg drop. She was very close. As Becky Lynch with the Beck's bottom. The Beck's bottom out of nowhere to Kalani Jordan. New champion, no. Stephanie back here, right there, to save the day as Lynch able to stop whatever Stephanie back here had in mind. It's now Becky Lynch again going for the pinfall, trying to walk out women's champion, but no. It's that big cut on that face of Becky Lynch, that right side of her face. As Becky and Stephanie just stand over the carcass of Kalani Jordan. Now Kalani back up to her feet. Uh-oh. Good old time for good old-fashioned devil's kiss here from Stephanie Vacquier. Down goes Becky. Now into the pinfall. Becky Lynch is able to get herself out of that situation due to Kalani Jordan with that big-time neck breaker. Now Lynch trying to set up Stephanie Vacquier, and Kalani ain't going to allow that to happen. Who wants it more, ladies and gentlemen, for that Women's World Championship? Is it Stephanie Vacquier's moment? Kalani's down and out at the moment. If this is what Stephanie Vacquier wants to do, she has to connect now. It has to be her time. Stephanie Vacquier, is it her moment? The corkscrew with the knees of Becky Lynch. That could have been Stephanie Vacquier's moment, but it just was not it. She still has some time as she connects with the back suplex on those kendo sticks. Now, Kalani, nice Hurricane Rana, takes down the challengers. Now Kalani has to decide who she wants to go after, who she thinks would be more damage. As Becky Lynch had some disaster thoughts on her situation, is a nice moonsault 2-for-1 special, and now Kalani, pinfall opportunity, shoulders are down, 2, no, 2.5. All hell is broken loose, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't know what to expect in this matchup. Like I mentioned before a little bit ago, right place, right time, as a nice Hurricane Rana into the punching combination to the face. And now Becky Lynch looking for that exploder suplex. Did not work out. Now Kalani from behind. And now she's going to connect with a leg drop right across the chest. And now it's down to Kalani and Stephanie Vaquer at the moment. After that drop kick, is that enough here? 2. No, very close. 2.5. The matchup still continues. And this is where Stephanie and Kalani have to start working on each other. Becky Lynch now back up to her feet. And now, good old-fashioned triple threat matchup still. As now Lynch looking for that electric chair. Down goes Vaquer. And now Kalani and the man Becky Lynch going at it. And a nice exploder suplex. And the man Becky Lynch, uh-oh. Is that enough? After that exploder suplex. Oh, Kalani barely, just barely surviving here. Just when you think you might know who walks out the winner of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it gets changed and dropped on their head. And now Kalani going to drop another leg drop right across the chest area there of Stephanie. And now pump up maneuver. Becky Lynch turns it into an awkward looking uppercut. Could that uppercut be enough? I don't know if she got all of it, but she could win the championship. And oh, did you see that? That's a 2.9. You couldn't ask for a closer pinfall than that, ladies and gentlemen. And now what does Stephanie Vaquer have in store? Slowly but surely trying to decimate the man. Kalani's barely surviving this matchup. And now Kalani going to look to do some damage. Hit a big old scoop slam right next to that women's championship. And now, oh, big spear from Stephanie. And now Stephanie Vaquer, this is her moment. This is her moment. Kalani Jordan is out of the picture. Will that be enough coming off of that baseball bat swing too? No, the man kicks out. Just when you thought right place, right time was Vaquer, just nope. Becky Lynch kicked right out. And now, wait a minute. Roll up, not like this. Oh, big kick out from Stephanie Vaquer there, ladies and gentlemen. Now Lynch trying to connect here. Disarm her, middle of the ring. Kalani Jordan's in trouble. Right on that baseball bat. But Stephanie Vaquer right there to save the day. If Stephanie Vaquer was not able to break that up, ladies and gentlemen, it was game, set, match over. And we were going to see a new women's world champion. But now, Stephanie's still in this matchup, and so is Becky. It's a double knees, Meteora in the corner. And now, Stephanie Vaquer from the top rope district. Stephanie Vaquer. Here we go, that corkscrew. It happens this time around. Kalani Jordan, though, right there, and breaks it up. That could have been Vaquer's moment. No, spinning heel kicks to the face. And now Kalani with an impressive moonsault. The moonsault background there, or I should say the gymnastics background from Michigan State there, from Kalani. As a neck breaker. There down goes Kalani. Now you have a one-on-one situation with the man and Stephanie Vaquer. Ooh, code breaker from Stephanie Vaquer. Now Kalani dropping her, or at least dropping the baseball bat from her. A highly competitive women's championship matchup. As a, nice like a Michinoku driver of sorts. Becky now. No, big gut punch there from Stephanie Vaquer. Becky Lynch with a reversal. Back and forth we go. And now Lynch from behind. Uh-oh. Oh, Almost like a Michinoku driver there, different variation of it. But Kalani Jordan breaks that one up. These women, they're hitting their big-time maneuvers. They just have not been able to get their opponent out of the ring. Or when they've had chances to put their opponent away tonight, their opponent's been able to kick out. As Kalani with a nice moonsault there. Pinfall, Kalani Jordan right there middle of the ring, but a strong kick out from Stephanie. And that's got to be frustrating. And now Lynch with that running forearm strike, putting it right through Miss Kalani. Uh-oh, the man, Becky Lynch, looking for that Beck's bottom right on the kendo stick. Now Lynch going to go for the pinfall, and Stephanie back here was right there, obviously, to break it up. Ooh, 2-for-1 special there on Kalani and Becky Lynch. Oh, goodness, she is really topping off the head of Kalani Jordan there. Lynch is completely out, it seems. Oh, spinning heel kick out of nowhere. And now Kalani setting her sights on Becky, I believe. Big axe handle. That could be all she wrote, that just a little bit of that axe handle. But no, back here, right there. That's what you hate about triple threat matches sometimes. You think you have them at the right place, right time, and it just isn't enough. Big super kick lays out the champion. And now Stephanie has to deal with Becky Lynch. And now she's going to hit her with that package backbreaker. But is she going to go for the pin? Go for the pin on Lynch there. Oh, she's deciding not to. And now this is a pivotal moment in this matchup as Kalani Jordan now going to go high risk here. And a big frog splash. Frog splash there from Kalani. Kalani Jordan right in front of Stephanie. And if I was Stephanie, you go for the pinfall on Becky, you probably win this match. But she had second thoughts of it, I guess, as an exploder back suplex. Oh, goodness. Attacking Becky as much as possible at this moment. And now, disarmer. Disarmer on the kendo stick. Can Kalani break this up before tapping out? And yes, she does. Kalani saves this matchup in her world title reign momentarily. Kalani looking for that split-legged moonsault. And she connects. Kalani Jordan, is she going to retain? 2, 3, she does it. Kalani Jordan has retained the women's world title tonight here in New Jersey. What a women's world championship matchup. I think their late Stephanie Valkyrie could have possibly won it, but she wanted to go after Kalani there late, and as you see right there, and then eventually Stephanie would watch Kalani go up for a frog splash, connect from the heavens right there. But right here towards the end of this matchup, Kalani Jordan would have her moment. A split-legged moonsault right there on the kendo stick. And just like that, Kalani Jordan is successful with a pinfall over Becky Lynch, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. These women tore down the house, and you couldn't ask for a better defense from the champion Kalani Jordan here tonight at SummerSlam. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get ready for our next barn burner matchup of the evening. It is Braun Breaker of the Vision taking on Brock Lesnar. As here comes the Vision. Braun Breaker, the unpredictable badass. He is here, and he is looking to showcase his skills. He's a former WWE champion, former NXT champion, and certainly former NXT UK champion as well. This man, also former Raw Tag Team champion as well. But Breaker, ladies and gentlemen, a badass in his own right. He's got Paul Heyman in his corner, and certainly the Vision obviously have all been taken out except for Rollins at the moment. You saw Brock Lesnar defeat Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw. Breaker tried getting involved in that matchup and got thrown out, eventually leading to Brock Lesnar picking up that victory in that hard-fought matchup between Lesnar and Bronson Reed. And now tonight you get Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar in the middle of this ring. It is going to be an absolute brutal matchup. The spear versus the F5. The future versus the present. Never know how much more is left in the tank of Brock Lesnar. So love him or hate him, you got to deal with what he brings to the table. And here comes the beast incarnate. Here comes the pain. It is going to be Suplex City here tonight, live on SummerSlam. And my curiousness is going to be, how much can Brock Lesnar take with the spears and everything else that Brock Lesnar, or that Braun Breaker can bring to Lesnar? And then same can be said to Brock. You know, obviously getting spears and stuff, but you know, how many F5s will it take to try to put down Braun Breaker? This feud essentially started there at WrestleMania when the Vision debuted, Bronson Reed attacking Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker taking out Roman Reigns. Now tonight, on Monday Night Raw, we kind of got, Brock got his receipt there, but now Brock is dealing with Braun Breaker. And certainly Paul Heyman, being in the corner, being the quote-unquote advocate, the oracle of this group for Braun, is only going to do wonders for Braun. Hard-hitting matchup coming your way tonight, live at SummerSlam. Breaker, Lesnar, one-on-one on the hottest stage of the summer, that being SummerSlam. And Paul Heyman certainly is going to have something to say about it in this very match. As here we go, Breaker and Lesnar one-on-one, and look at Breaker, the intensity running through his eyes. Referee ringing the bell, here we go, and look at Breaker. He's fired up, and so is Lesnar. They know how big this matchup is. Here we go. And oh, look at Breaker, just the explosiveness. The unpredictable badass. Now both men with a collar elbow tie up, and Lesnar outpowering the younger Braun Breaker. Because now Breaker really working that shoulder blade. And now Breaker able to transition over to him working on that shoulder. But Braun Breaker, he's that amateur athlete that he was at one time, certainly. Former UFC World Heavyweight Champion. He's been champion here in WWE as well, so, certainly trying to out-wrestle Brock is, I don't know if it's the best idea, but sometimes it could work as a big scoop slam there from Brock Lesnar. And now Lesnar with the ground and pound here. This is where Breaker does not want to be. Let's look at the unprotected forearms and punches there. As Heyman getting involved on that top turnbuckle. Breaker, oh man, as soon as he stands up, he just runs right through Breaker. Now Breaker with a big reversal. And if you're Braun Breaker, I think you gotta hit those vicious maneuvers as well. Look at this accolade. Accolade to Brock Lesnar here, but Lesnar, oh goodness, that was a sharp elbow. Referee might want to check him for a broken tooth, broken nose there as well. As Lesnar hard Irish whip takes down Breaker here at the ringside. Could be Suplex City here at ringside. And now, oh goodness. And obviously Brock, known for the Kimura locks at times as well. So Braun Breaker has to be ready for that. I'm sure Paul Heyman has gotten him ready for that as well. But you just never know when Brock may pull that out. And now Brock Lesnar, the ground and pound game. Like we mentioned, Lesnar loves this. And now he just cut open. He has just cut open Braun Breaker. Breaker had to be ready for that. And man, look at that cut. That cut is absolutely vicious. As now Breaker roll through with that left knee. And now Breaker's all fired up. That may have just pissed him off. Being busted open, being cut open by the Beast Incarnate. He's now the unpredictable badass back inside the ring here. Oh no, wait a minute. Nope, Lesnar has caught him. It is time for good old Suplex City here tonight on SummerSlam is now Brock Lesnar. Again, that trifecta of suplexes, pinfall opportunity in this match. Is this enough? 2. Ooh, the hand on the bottom rope, and look at Lesnar. He's not too happy, but hey, the referee is just doing his job. And now, this is what we're talking about, the Kimura lock. Kimura lock dead straight in the center of this ring. Lesnar has him middle of the ring, nowhere to go. Kendo stick involved. Will Breakker have to tap out here? No, he won't. Lesnar letting go of that situation. And now, oh, big kidney punch there from Breakker. And now, hold on a minute. Breakker trying to steal victory here over Lesnar. Oh, just a 1 count. Probably close to a 2 count, but referee kind of stopped his count a little bit early. And now Breakker looking to show some strength and power as he connects with that brutal power bomb. Ooh, bouncing him off that top rope, and now Lesnar tossing Breakker in the corner. Here comes, over the top rope. Oh, a Tree of Woe situation here for Brock. Brock's in trouble, giving Braun Breakker a little bit of a breakthrough moment in this very match. Lesnar trying to figure out where the heck he's at this moment in this match, as now here's the speed of Braun Breakker, man, an absolute freight train. And now he is signaling the end is near. He is ready to break apart Brock Lesnar. And spear cutting Lesnar in half. Is this the moment Braun Breakker needs? 1, 2, no, 2.5. 2.5 there. Referee blocking our camera. And now, here we go. This is the moment Braun Breakker wants and he needs. If he can defeat Brock Lesnar, but no, the knee. The jumping knee to the face. And now Lesnar has Breakker right where he wants him. Lesnar has him up. Lesnar brings him down. F5. F5. Heyman trying to get involved in this matchup, but it doesn't matter. But it's 2.5. 2.5, the matchup continues. And now Lesnar all fired up here. And now Lesnar going to catch him for an F5, you would believe. Yes, he does. And now Lesnar, F5. F5 to Breakker. And just like that, Lesnar has crashed the hopes of the Vision tonight on SummerSlam. But no, 2.9 Breakker somehow, someway kicking out. Now Breakker, though, big clothesline. He needed that to get himself back in this matchup and slow the momentum that Lesnar had. And now, Breakker. Look at this from Breakker, but no, he gets pushed. He gets pushed halfway across the ring. And now Lesnar wants to go high risk. I don't know if he necessarily needs to, as Breakker gets hit with a flying shoulder tackle. Down goes Breakker. And right now, Lesnar has this match right where he wants him. And now it's time for Suplex City again. Breakker is in the ring with a real badass. And now Breakker trying to grapple Lesnar, and Lesnar's not going to allow that to happen. Ooh, double axe handle right to the middle of that back. But tonight, certainly Braun Breakker knows what it feels like to be in the ring with an actual beast. As look at this, Breakker in trouble. He may have to tap out. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to get himself out of this situation, ladies and gentlemen. He's really going to have to get himself to slip out of it or something. And Lesnar lets go of it. But it may be time for an F5. It might be time to go home. Lesnar, nope, wait a minute, Breakker. Slipping out of it possibly. Breakker, no, kidney punch. Here comes Breakker again. Breakker needs to pull something out of his hat. There's a little bit left. And now Breakker showing that speed and agility, running right through Brock. And now for Braun Breakker, he's going to the corner. He's setting up a spear. The last time he tried setting it up, it didn't work, but this time it does. The spear works this time. Pinfall. Shoulders are down. 2. No, 2.5. and a half. And now Breaker, you know, he's hit spears. He's got to hit something else maybe to try to put away the Beast Incarnate. As he picks him up, or at least tried to, and Lesnar hits him with a reversal DDT. Was that the last ditch effort for Breaker? No. Able to kick out. And a spear out of nowhere. Breaker caught him out of nowhere. Pinfall. Shoulders are down. 2, 3. No, Lesnar kicks out. Man. You would think with the spears it would tear him apart, but it has not been enough just yet. And now Breaker, looking for that military press slam maybe. Bam! Man, especially in the later stages of this matchup, you think he would be hurting for certain, but man, this man is a unpredictable badass that he is, able to deal with Lesnar. As now has him on the top rope. Earlier on tonight, he was unable to hit this. Now he's able to connect with it. Braun Breaker. This man is a whole different type of athlete. But Lesnar is a freak athlete as well. Lesnar looking to steal one. Shoulders are down. 2. No, very close. Lesnar almost had him. Could you imagine how hard hitting this matchup is just for a roll-up to occur? And Heyman getting involved. Heyman getting involved. Big scoop slam there from Breaker. Now Brock back inside the ring here. Irish whip off the ropes into a nice Hurricane Rana there from Braun Breaker. Oh, he's going to go for the pinfall combination. Shoulders are still down here. 2, 3. Oh, so close. Referee has had multiple occasions in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, where it's been so damn close. And I'd hate to be the referee in this matchup to try to determine how close that is. You're not going to get on someone's good side in this matchup, I can tell you that. It's both men going back and forth, club for club, blow for blow, in the later stages of this matchup. I'm surprised Brock hasn't been busted open just yet. As Lesnar with a big kick there, and kidney shot there from Brock. It's a last-ditch effort from Brock in the later stages of this matchup. And now Brock with a release suplex. Just when you think it might be enough for Brock Lesnar in this matchup, he continues to be dominant. And no, still not enough to put down Breaker. For both of these men, you've seen F5s, you've seen spears. What do you do to put them away? There's an Irish whip off the ropes. Braun Breaker trying to connect with something, and now Brock gonna go for Suplex City because Braun Breaker couldn't capitalize on the mistakes. And now Lesnar with a trifecta of suplexes, folding Breaker in half. And I believe that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Shoulders are down. 2. No, Breaker kicks out. 2.5. And Heyman watches on as Brock may be looking for that F5. No, he's going for the Kimura. Looking to make Breaker tap out center of the ring. Will he tap out? Yes, he does. Brock Lesnar has submitted Braun Breaker. Holy mackerel. Brock Lesnar has beaten Braun Breaker. He has made Braun Breaker tap out at SummerSlam. What a hard-hitting matchup. But that was Brock Lesnar's match to win, and he certainly showed you why tonight, making Braun Breaker tap out. But now we transition to a SmackDown matchup. It is Obafemi versus the OTC Roman Reigns. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is Obafemi. Using that tag team matchup there on Friday Night SmackDown in that Tornado tag team match with The Rock and Obafemi picking up the win. Now tonight, can Obafemi pick up the biggest win of his whole entire career? Will Obafemi be able to knock off Roman Reigns here tonight? We know this is going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure, but just look at the aura that Obafemi just presents here. Pyro, the just everything. the presence that he brings to the table. You couldn't ask more than a man like Obafemi. He's hoping that tonight is his night against the OTC Roman Reigns. He certainly looked pretty good last night, but now this is a whole different ballgame. You get Roman Reigns one-on-one, center of that ring, nowhere to go. This is the moment that Roman is good at. He is phenomenal in these situations. Now tonight, in this co-main event of the evening of sorts, this is where he has to step up to the plate. There's only one more match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. That is your main event of Sami Zayn defending up against LA Knight. But this matchup right here, it is going to be hard hitting for sure, ladies and gentlemen. The OTC Roman Reigns. Reigns is a former WWE champion, former World Heavyweight champion, former United States champion. And he will look to add Obafemi to his list of men he has defeated here in WWE. As it is ones to the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Couldn't ask for a better moment here tonight. Quite arguably the main event of the whole entire SummerSlam. Obafemi has talked the talk. Roman Reigns has tried to bring him back down to earth. But right now, Obafemi is a whole different animal right now. Completely different compared to what he was months ago. Man, Roman Reigns just walking down here, taking his time, just taking it all in. The OTC watches on. How do you think Roman Reigns is going to fare against Obafemi? I mean, we had that tornado tag team match last night, but something's got to give tonight, though. I know this isn't for a title, but this is ultimately to beat some respect into this young man, Obafemi, the former track star coming out of Alabama. He calls himself the ruler. Can it all come to a head for Obafemi? Can he rule the head of the table in the OTC? As you can see, Roman staring down briefly Obafemi moments ago. And it is ones to the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Obafemi is going to have to deal with that. And when things get hard in this matchup for Obafemi, I'm very curious to see how he's going to have to deal with the OTC. You know it's not going to be easy for both men in this matchup, but obviously Obafemi needs this win more than Roman Reigns. Yes, Reigns has not necessarily done well lately ever since the draft when it came to big-time marquee matches, but hey, a win is a win for Reigns, and he will continue to be in that picture. As here we go, Obafemi versus the OTC Roman Reigns. Both men all fired up here. Here we go. We are live here for the co-main event of the evening. Look at Obafemi running right through the OTC early. But Roman not going to allow him to build up any momentum. At least try to. And he catches him and just tosses him up in the air. Like we said, this is a whole different Obafemi that we've seen before, especially that first round of the King of the Ring tournament when John Cena defeated Obafemi quite handedly. This is a whole different Obafemi. Ever since attacking Roman Reigns in that scrapyard weeks and weeks ago. It's now Femi showing you that strength and power, tossing Roman Reigns like he's a paperweight. And for Obafemi to defeat the rights of John Cena, I mean, certainly that's a big win for Obafemi. And now, if he can defeat Roman Reigns, that certainly would be the biggest win of his whole entire career. As now Oba going high risk here. From the top rope district, here we go, Obafemi, big time axe handle. And Roman trying to get a breather, but Obafemi ain't gonna allow that. Just two absolute powerhouses going at it here in New Jersey. I would try to maybe have a comparison for the New York Giants and the New York Jets, but they haven't been powerhouses in a very long time. It's a big double axe handle. Maybe you could say New York Yankees and Mets, but Mets not so much. Yankees have always usually seemed to have decent teams throughout the years, so don't really have a good comparison there. But nonetheless, Reigns and Obafemi continuing to go at it here at ringside. And now Reigns gonna work the hands. May try to break the hands of Obafemi. Certainly, we know Obafemi can pull out a choke slam if he really needs to, out of his repertoire. As back inside the ring we go. This win would do absolute wonders for Obafemi tonight. Reigns certainly would love to get himself into title contention with a win tonight. I mean, Drew McIntyre we saw tonight defeating Finn Balor, so certainly there's some other guys that are definitely looking to get themselves into title contention as well. And you never know what happens between The Rock and John Cena. Cena may look to get himself in the matchup as well as a big spear out of nowhere to Femi. Could this be enough? 2.5. That's why when you're Obafemi, you always got to be aware of that spear out of nowhere from the Tribal Chief. His hard Irish whip into a tilt-a-whirl slam. This is where Femi's got to wake up here. That spear should have woke him up. Ooh, big clothesline into the corner and a big elbow just for good measure. And certainly, you got to admit, Roman Reigns, for him last night, it had to feel like a 2-on-1 situation because Cena just was not himself. It was a bad time not to be himself, especially that close to SummerSlam. Cena just was not himself. I don't even think he hit an attitude adjustment. He didn't really hit any big maneuvers in that matchup, in that tag team match. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Cena's going to be in the main event tomorrow night. As Roman Reigns with a submission hold here to Obafemi. Referee is in position. Obafemi's in trouble here. Will he tap out? Obafemi, the strength and power of the ruler, able to get himself out of the situation. And now gonna go for the power slam. No, Reigns one step ahead of him. Obafemi had to know, dealing with Roman Reigns, he's going to get the best out of him as the ruler gets hit with another spear. The second spear in this matchup. And Reigns again going to go for the pinfall. Is this enough? 2. No, 2.5. We've seen 2 spears and then that submission hold so far from Roman Reigns. Nothing very big from Obafemi just yet. Man, what a boot. Absolute massive boot. I'm going to hurt this referee if he continues to get in the camera view of all of you special people out there. As now Femi has him in the corner. He's got to capitalize in this moment. He's got to be able to hit something here. Reigns in a bad way here. Not sure. That's a bad landing. That is an awkward landing. And that might change the trajectory of this matchup. Fall from grace to Roman Reigns. Fall from grace. Referee in position. 2.5. Very close to knocking off Roman Reigns. But now, Femi, the ruler, has to stay on him. Military press slam. No! Military press gutbuster. And now Oba looking to fly here. High risk opportunity by the Nigerian ruler. The flying shoulder tackle takes it to Roman. It's a big clubbing blow. And now we're going to see Reigns and Obafemi go at it. Clubbing blow for clubbing blow here in these middle stages of this matchup. Reigns ain't backing down, and neither is Femi. This is a test of a lifetime for Oba. And he's able to pass it with flying colors. And Reigns at least trying to get to the apron. But certainly that may have just helped out Obafemi. And now Femi building up some speed. And over the top rope, both men go. You gotta be careful holding onto that rope. You can end up doing some serious damage to your own shoulder there. As now, Obafemi with a release slam right against the barricade. Well, that may have just woken Roman Reigns there. Now he's back on his feet, and now he's looking to get some damage in. He's probably thinking, hey, Oba, you got some of the stuff you wanted to get in. It's my turn to put you away here. As Reigns, with that guillotine here. Even if Oba were to tap here at ringside, it doesn't give Reigns the win here. As Obafemi being slowed down. As Obafemi gets himself out of it. And look at Oba. He's like, why don't you come inside the ring, big dog? Is now off the ropes we go. Picks him up. Time for a choke slam. Obafemi. Choke slam to Roman Reigns. Femi going to try to grab him at least away from the ropes momentarily. Shoulders are down. Referee in position. 2. Throw. That was close. Almost a 3 count, but somehow Reigns is still in it. And now Reigns bounced off the ropes there. Obafemi thought he was going to catch him. Obafemi ended up screwing himself up there, I believe. And now Reigns catches him with a catching spear. Spear out of nowhere. Is that the killer blow? 2, 3, no, 2.5. Oh my goodness. Holy mackerel. These guys putting on a show for you tonight. As Reigns building up some speed, trying to connect with an elbow. Did not work out in his favor. And now Oba looking to bring the big fight. Obafemi now setting up Roman. Time to feel that fall from grace. Fall from grace. Middle of the ring, shoulders down. 1, 2. No, Reigns kicks out. Reigns kicks out. Pivotal moment in this matchup. Both men have sustained both amounts of damage. The amount of damage both men have sustained is what I'm trying to say has been monumental in these last couple minutes, but it just has not been enough just yet. As Reigns getting his elbow almost torn off the bone there, and now Oba stomping away there on the chest there. Oh man. Who is going to walk out victorious here tonight in New Jersey? There's now a over-the-head suplex, hard landing for the Tribal Chief. And it really seems like Obafemi is just connecting on all cylinders. And now Femi going to the top rope district. I don't think he needs to do this in the later stages of this matchup. Maybe it works out, maybe it won't. We're about to find out. As a big axe handle takes down the OTC. And now, we saw this at ringside moments ago. Oh man, Obafemi just tossing him. And now, Obafemi again. We know what this usually sets up for. Obafemi has him up for a fall from grace again. Fall from grace to Reigns. 1, 2, 3. Obafemi has done it on the biggest stage of SummerSlam. Obafemi has done it. He has knocked off the OTC Roman Reigns. What a match. A classic between Roman Reigns and Obafemi. These guys put on an absolute war between each other, but still Obafemi with one of the biggest wins of his whole entire career over John Cena as well as Roman Reigns. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to shift gears to your main event of night 1. It is Sami Zayn, the World Heavyweight Champion, versus LA Knight. And now here comes the megastar, LA Knight. Will it be his moment? Will he become a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion to end SummerSlam? Or will Sami Zayn be able to outsmart this man, LA Knight? If you guys do remember Sami Zayn cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase after LA Knight retained it over Seth frickin' Rollins, Zayn would come out and cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase as soon as LA Knight won, and Sami Zayn would defeat LA Knight for that World Heavyweight Championship. And Zayn has done everything in his power to uphand LA Knight, even including buying the enforcement of the Big Red Machine, Kane. But then LA Knight said, hey, you know what, I can do this exact same damn thing. He found Mark Henry, who just happened to be coming back from, off the IL after what happened to him in the Vision. When the Vision put him on the disabled list, Mark Henry came back and he took out Kane. Now both Kane and Mark Henry are back on the IL, ladies and gentlemen, for the foreseeable future. Now Sami Zayn has to do it all by himself tonight in the main event. And it's not like Sami Zayn can't get it done by himself, but he wanted to stick it to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and say, I'm the one that did it, not you. We'll figure it out. We'll see how this matchup goes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure. I can't wait to see how this all pans out, as this is the main event of the evening. We've seen retainments of championships, we've seen new champions, and certainly with how everything's going tonight, tomorrow night will be even more dangerous than tonight. LA Knight not gonna back down from Sami Zayn, and Sami ain't backing down either. I would expect for Sami Zayn at times to get a little out of hand at times to try to retain that World Heavyweight Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, LA Knight. And his opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Sami Zayn.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost time. Sami Zayn versus LA Knight for the world title. Will LA Knight get that world championship back, or will Sami Zayn retain the world title on the biggest stage of the summer? We're going to see who can really step up to the plate. And you can feel the tension between LA Knight and Sami Zayn as both men walk further to each other here. Talking a little bit of trash here, possibly. Both men walking back and forth, and now here we go. Collar, elbow, tie up. Sami Zayn in all red, LA Knight all in blue. Oh, here we go, LA Knight roll up here, trying to steal victory here early on in this matchup. The referee had to make sure the shoulders are down, had to make sure he was in the right position. I think LA Knight at least gets a 1 or 2 in that situation. As Zayn with these unprotected punches right to the dome of the megastar. I'm very curious what Monday Night Raw is going to look like for LA Knight and Sami Zayn, depending on who walks out with the championship. And we also got to figure out what is next in line in the terms of what is the next PLE next for both Raw and SmackDown. We know NXT will have NXT Heatwave in a number of weeks. There's a big running knee right across the chest there. Here comes LA Knight, though, the megastar. Springboard missile drop kick takes down the champion. Knight now with a pinfall. Will this be enough? No, just a 1 count. Certainly we know from both superstars it's going to take quite a bit to put each other away, so expect a lot of back and forth. As LA Knight showing some speed and agility. Look at that power slam there from the former World Heavyweight Champion, taking it to Sami Zayn. Is it his game tonight? As now LA Knight looking for some good old-fashioned almost a different variation of snake eyes on that top rope. And now the Megastar looking for the running axe handle, but Zayn able to reverse and drop him with that drop kick. Slowly but surely bringing the fight here to LA Knight. And look at Sami Zayn, he's feeling pretty good about himself. And now Zayn trying to come right after him. Ooh, big super kick. Takes down Knight. Been a tremendous night so far, and we'll see if this show goes out with a bang. Obviously, even if LA Knight were to tap out, ladies and gentlemen, it would not matter. But it certainly would do wonders in the early stages of this match as a nice Hurricane Rana there from the champ. And obviously the referee knows how big this matchup is. He's allowing these guys to battle it out here at ringside as Zayn tossed right into that barricade, right into that gentleman in the front row. Oh man, imagine your face gets stomped out there. You can easily break a nose or any other facial feature that you have. Maybe break an eye socket. As now Knight trying to get him back inside the ring, it looks like, but Zayn may not be done just yet. Or maybe Zayn wanted to do all the heavy lifting, wanting to toss Zayn back, or trying to toss LA Knight back inside the ring. As now Zayn trying to overpower LA Knight, but Knight ain't gonna have it. Now Knight from behind, but no Zayn with a big time clothesline. And now Zayn all fired up here, taking down the former World Heavyweight Champion with a nice drop kick. Sami Zayn, criminally underrated superstar that he is, one of the best in the world of WWE, as he connects with a exploder suplex in the corner. Zayn having to get the job done all by himself, won't have the enforcer that he had, as Zayn with a hula kick out of nowhere to LA Knight. Is that enough for a retainment? Shoulders are down. 2. Oh, LA Knight stays in that matchup momentarily. And now Zayn, he has to continue with the strikes here. He's got to stay on LA Knight, as here comes the accolade, but luckily for Knight, he's got some long legs, and he was able to get himself out of that predicament, as Zayn with an axe handle as soon as Knight came back in. And Knight should have realized that, but did not. Knight back onto his feet, but he got out of it momentarily, but again, it's just a bad spot as another haluva kick. Sami Zayn has been on a ball game here tonight. Is that enough? Shoulders are down. 2. Ooh, 2.5. The matchup continues. LA Knight kind of struggling here in the last couple moments here. This could be Sami Zayn's ball game to win, it really feels like. As now Zayn has him up on the shoulders, but LA Knight trying to get himself out of that predicament. Haymaker there to Sami Zayn. And now, has him up looking for a Death Valley driver, drops him on his head and neck area. Shoulders down, referee in position once again. But no, just a 1 count. That's what LA Knight needed. He needed a big maneuver like that to try to get himself back in this matchup. Can the Megastar do that though? He's stomping away in the midsection of Sami. And now connects, with an up and down maneuver. Takes down Zayn. And now Knight feeling like himself here. BFT! BFT! New World Heavyweight Champion possibly! 2! No, Zayn kicks out. And now the Megastar from the second rope. Big axe handle to the chest. And now just like that, LA Knight has the momentum in the corner that he desperately needed at this moment. And now Zayn trying to slip out of it, and he does with those elbows. Sami Zayn, Blue Thunder Bomb! Blue Thunder Bomb tonight! But Zayn, he should have just went the pinfall on that Blue Thunder Bomb instead of wasting a couple seconds there, and it cost him. It cost him the retainment of his World Heavyweight Championship. If LA Knight ends up winning this World Championship, you're going to look back at this moment where Sami Zayn could not, for some reason, decide to connect with that Blue Thunder Bomb all in one motion, as Sami connects with a clothesline there to the Megastar. Now Zayn. Uh-oh. Throwing him to the outside here. Here comes Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn through the middle rope. DDT. Spiking the #1 contender. And now, oh, big gut punch there from the #1 contender. Former World Heavyweight Champion trying to do everything in his power to get himself back in this matchup. And certainly inflicting as much pain as possible here at ringside will certainly do just that. That was an impressive reversal from Sami as he connects with a power slam here at ringside. And now Sami Zayn, unprotected punches right to the dome of LA Knight. If you're just tuning in, this is for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is the main event of the evening as LA Knight tosses Zayn right into the steel steps, and it gives LA Knight a room to just try to get himself where he wants to. LA Knight, though, looking to jump off the top. He didn't need that, and now Zayn gets the momentum. Knight screwing himself there. But somehow, LA Knight gets the momentum back for a good old-fashioned Death Valley. Nope. Zayn slips out of it. Zayn slips out of it. And now Zayn will go to the second rope here. Sami Zayn, nice maneuver there from the top rope, adjusting it from the second to the top to eventually connect with that flying cross body. And now LA Knight tosses him into the corner. What can the Megastar do? A lot of back and forth between both men, as now Knight with a bulldog from the second rope. LA Knight trying to get this New Jersey crowd behind him. They know how big this matchup really is. As now Knight, uh-oh. Hardest part of the apron, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. That is not going to be feeling too good for sure. As now LA Knight bringing the fight to the outside. Both men are definitely feeling it. We've seen haluva kicks. We've seen a BFT. We've seen Death Valley drivers. We've seen a little bit of everything in this very matchup. So a big reversal from Sami Zayn. And now Zayn from behind. Both men know each other quite well, so a lot of reversals here and there. And now, oh, right off the top of the announce table. We're right in front of our announce team there, live in color. And now Sami Zayn, another Blue Thunder Bomb. This time around outside the ring. Other time he connected inside the ring, and he very well could have won the damn matchup if he decided to go for the pinfall combination after that. As here we go, referee in position. Are we going to see a retainment of the world title? No. Able to get out of it at a strong one kick out there. LA Knight not backing down from this fight. He's taking a lot of damage in this matchup, and he might take more as a swanton bomb to Sami Zayn. And Zayn feeling pretty confident about himself. He could be moments away from retaining his championship. As now Zayn, another haluva kick, and that may put the chances of LA Knight becoming champion right out the door. And Zayn, LA Knight kicks out. That is the third haluva kick, I believe, in this matchup, and it still was not enough. As now Sami Zayn might be looking for another one, honestly. And he does. Number 4 has cut open LA Knight, and like that, Sami Zayn retains the World Championship tonight at SummerSlam. See, he didn't need Kane as an enforcer. Sami Zayn could get it all done by himself tonight, live at SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen. What a night it has been at SummerSlam as Sami Zayn ends SummerSlam Night 1 on top of the world.